You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. If I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, 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 what it do, good, great, grand evening to y'all wonderful, beautiful people, man. Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am, we are here. We are in the building, you know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir, man, we got some things to chat about, Yo, 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 we got my boy Oscar Perez in the building. Don't forget to smack that like button if you haven't done so already. And let's get right to it, man. But before we do, hold on, man. I gotta pull up my notes. Okay, there we go. Gotta pull up my notes. But before we do, man, you know, we gotta start off with a prayer, man, as always. So please join me and bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for your blessings. We thank you for guiding us and bringing us into this moment in our life, Lord. Whatever moment that we're going through, please let us embrace it and learn from it. You know, whether we're going through happy times or sad times or sometime in between. Let us try to focus on how we could always improve, get better, and develop any type of skills or any type of anything that we could utilize to make our lives more fulfilled, Lord. Every situation we're in, we're supposed to learn something from it, Lord. So please open our mind and give us the wisdom to be able to receive the lesson that we're supposed to, you know, learn from at that moment, Lord. So we thank you. We give you all the praise. We ask you for forgiveness for our many sins. And we ask you just give us the strength to be better people. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen, amen. WBC will pay you a food stamps if you ain't careful. Shout out to my guy, Oscar in the building, man. So check this out, man. So we gonna get straight into it, man. As you see in the title, I think we have some capping going around on behalf of President Mauricio Sulaiman, right? the WBC president, man, he single-handedly is trying to shake up the boxing world, and I don't think it's really in a positive manner. I think it's kind of in a negative manner, right? So he just ordered Dmitry Bivol to fight and defend his belt against David Benavidez, which is cool, you know what I'm saying? But he did this in such a swift fashion. That's cool. Trying to show Benavidez some love, because he definitely did him dirty by never calling the fight or ordering the fight at 168 and for him to get cinnamon, you know, but now he ordered it quick, fast, in a hurry. But that takes away the undisputed matchup for Beterbiev and Bivol for their trilogy, right? Or Bivol and Beterbiev. And that's not that big of a deal, because Bivol is undisputed, Beterbiev undisputed. They were already undisputed before, so their names are already etched in stone in the history of boxing forever. So the third fight doesn't necessarily need to be for undisputed for that particular purpose, right? However, the winner, especially if it's Bivol, which a lot of us anticipate Bivol to win the third match, let's say he wins, and let's say Canelo wins against William Scull and reclaims undisputed. Canelo has been very vocal about expressing his desire to rectify some of his losses, right? Or he only has 2 losses, right? To Floyd and Bivol. He said that he wished that Floyd would come out of retirement, he could get that win back, you know? So he definitely has that lion spirit, you know? And he wants that get back. And he also said, hey, Bivol, I want another crack at that. How much bigger would that fight be if they actually had that rematch and, you know, there's 2 undisputed titles on the line, you know what I'm saying? 2 different sets of titles. 168, undisputed champion represented by Canelo. Then 175, undisputed champion represented by Bivol for a rematch. So that would have been fire. The intrigue would have been even more. But I mean, still, person's fighting the person, so it doesn't really matter with the belts when it comes down to it. But the intrigue would have been higher. Mauricio Sulaiman messed that up. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, now Mauricio Sulaiman, the president of Mauricio Sulaiman, he's mad that Bivol didn't go for Benavidez. And I understand that. You know, I would like to see Bivol versus Benavidez, hell, or Benavidez versus Beterbiev. But I want to prioritize a trilogy, man. Let's put a stamp on it. Let's close this chapter, you know what I'm saying, this great book that has been Bivol and Beterbiev, you know, and which seen them split 1-1. You know, the first fight going to Beterbiev, second fight going to Bivol. So I think it's just a natural progression of things to close this chapter, have a third fight. I don't get why everybody, I don't get the uproar, you know? So then after the person that wins this fight, they could go on and fight Benavidez, right? If Benavidez fulfills his end of the bargain and holds on to his belt, if he has any interim matches in between, right? So that's cool. Benavidez is not old by any means, so God forbid anything happens to any of us, but it'll be a surprise if something happens to him. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's not on the cusp of being aged out. He's not about to retire from boxing, so he'll be there. You just got to be patient. But I will say this though, Mauricio Sulaiman is looking very suspicious, because he seems extremely mad for somebody that's working in the capacity of a sanctioned body president. Like, he's been very vocal. Like when Bivol first announced that he was vacating and Benavidez accepted the fact that he was elevated, Mauricio Sulaiman was like, I'm so disappointed in Bivol and the way that they sent me a cold letter. Like, what the freak do you want? A Valentine's Day gift card? What do you want, bro? You want some roses for them to tell you that he's going to vacate? You should have already known that he was going to go with Big Turk, who's been facilitating all these wonderful fights, and go pursue the trilogy. So why are you acting like a spoiled little brat? I mean, like, I don't even know how else to say it. The only way that I could describe his actions is to say that, yeah, the only way I can think to describe his actions is to say this.
Nigga, you's a bitch.
Like, I really don't understand, man. He's acting like a little spoiled little biatch that somebody took his binky or something like that. But he even comes, that's okay to be a little upset, right? But he even comes out and says and discloses, even exposes Bivol as a duck. When have you ever seen presidents, whether it's the IBF president Daryl Peoples, or the WBA president Gilberto Mendoza Jr., or the WBO president Gustavo Olivieri, or even Mauricio Sulaiman up until this point, come out and say, oh, this guy is turned down such and such money to fight my guy. And he's not even your guy. You're not a promoter. You're a sanctioned body president. Everybody should be your guy that's in your sanctioned body rankings. But anyway, check out what he said right here. And it's going to be in Spanish, but you could kind of, you'll hear the important part. Let's check it out.
Dejar el título en vez de pelear con Benavidez. Cada quien tiene el derecho Benavidez le habían hecho una oferta de $8 millones buenísima.
Did you hear that part? Did you hear that? The millions? Did you hear that millions? The 8 million? So let's do our Spanish, right? We may not all speak Spanish. You know, I'm working on mine. You feel me? I'm a little good. You know what I'm talking about? I do my thing. You know what I'm talking about? But for those of you that don't, you know what I'm saying? You a little uncultured. You don't know your Spanish. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is 8, right? Okay, let's run back what he said.
Le habían hecho una oferta de $8 millones.
8 millones. I don't need to explain millones. Everybody understands millions in dollars. When you talk about them greenbacks, everybody understands that. When we talk about the greenery and the scenery, everybody understands that money, that bread, that cheese, that moolah, and marbles. You know what I'm talking about? That Skrilla. So let's run it back again. Piece it together.
Hecho una oferta de $8 millones buenísima.
Millions of dollars. So basically what he's telling you right here is that Dmitry Bivol turned down 8 million. Hold on, let me say it again. $8 million in order to not fight Benavidez.
Bullshit!
I ain't gonna lie, if you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell to you. The man said he turned down $8 million.
Damn.
Come on, bro. What do we do? And even if that's true, why are you disclosing that? You see what I'm saying? That's not your role, bro. You're not a promoter. You're not Oscar De La Hoya. You're not Al Heyman. You're not Bob Arum. You're not Eddie Hearn. You're not Frank Warren. You're not Ben Shalom. Why are you even disclosing that? How do you even know that? Why are the negotiations for the money and the monetary compensation for the fighters going through the president of the sanctioned body? So like, that's what happens when you act out of emotion and you're an adult. Like now I'm asking some questions now that I didn't really have before, but my inquisitive mind and my spider senses are tingling. Why do you know how much money he was offered to fight Benavidez? I'm just curious. How do you know this? I'm not saying that it's impossible now. Of course, it's not impossible. But how do you know so surely to the point where you're disclosing it because you mad? You see what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, Mike, man. Mike in the building. What's good? Shout out to my boy Ty in the building, man. Big member in the building. He said he could have held off and participated in the third fight to get his percent. Exactly. WBC will pay you food stamps. Yeah, man. Yo, what's good? What's good, Mike? Yeah, man. I just think that Mauricio Sulaiman, the fact that he's coming out like this, man, it just lets you know that, man, you just can't trust, man. Boxing is corrupt, bro. I'm not saying that him knowing how much money he has, just that action it alone in itself means that it's corruption, but it just seems like, you know, you had an ulterior motive. You had another agenda as opposed to just giving the fighters what they deserve and giving the fans what they want to see. You had something. You moved with haste to strip Bivol. You also moved with haste to elevate Benavidez. So it's not just that you're looking. It's not just an altruistic intentions here. You know what I'm saying? It's not just altruistic intentions here. It's not just that you're just trying to be a benevolent human being and you're trying to look out for the best interests of David Benavidez. You're trying to look out for your pockets, and you know that Benavidez versus Bivol would get you a whole lot of cheese. You know what I'm saying? Let's call it for what it is. And the same reason why you didn't strip Canelo or didn't even threaten Canelo, because you didn't want Canelo to get upset and rub him the wrong way and him vacate your WBC belt too. Let's just call it for what it is, man. So I mean, I think Bivol did the right thing, and this is further proving that he did the right thing. You know what it kind of reminds me of in a different light, right? It reminds me of Dan Gilbert. Remember Dan Gilbert, the Cleveland Cavaliers owner for the NBA basketball team, and LeBron was on there, and when LeBron exercised his right to sign with whoever he wanted to because he could do that as a free agent, the man went on a smear campaign to LeBron. Bro, did anybody smear your name because you wanted to switch jobs? Or you wanted to switch locations? Or you wanted to move somewhere else? Did you have to ask anybody's permission? Did you have to make sure you're in anybody's good graces? Did you owe anybody anything? Because you wanted to take your talent somewhere else? The man, they had all of Cleveland burning LeBron paraphernalia and apparel, tearing down freaking murals of LeBron, or overpaid murals of LeBron, tearing down and ripping freaking what's up the banners of LeBron. The man coming out and saying that LeBron's disloyal. What? You're talking about an NBA player? Oh, you talk about the same business that where if you don't like a player or a player's not performing how you expect him to perform, or he doesn't fit the team scheme, or he doesn't go well with the coaches, you mean you just trade him while he's in the middle of his layup line? That's the type of business that you're talking about that you're in, and you all talk about loyalty. So with Mauricio Sulaiman, they enforce rules and don't enforce rules when they see fit, whatever is advantageous for them. But then you want to have the audacity to expect somebody like Dmitry Bivol or any other fighter to display and demonstrate loyalty to you. When have you demonstrated loyalty to the fighters? When it comes to fighters getting robbed, you see what I'm saying? When it comes to fighters not getting their justice or their just due inside or outside the boxing ring. What about when the judges call a bad call? When do you go to try to rectify that? What about when they make a bad ruling or they miss a call or whatever it is? Or what about when somebody doesn't get as much money as they anticipate getting? Do you go fighting for the fighters then? What about when a guy gets cheated? You know what I'm saying? When a guy literally gets cheated. And he gets racially attacked and profiled. You don't want to be loud then. Now, I will say this, though, in Mauricio Sulaiman's defense, he did suspend Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Gave him a little slap on the wrist just to save face, but it wasn't nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear anybody talk about integrity or loyalty when you're coming from administrative bodies and sanctioned bodies in boxing. So I think Dmitry Bivol did the right thing. He looked out for his best interest. I mean, the guy who facilitated the fight for Beterbiev and Bivol in the first place, he's going to rock with him because he's the one that's been coming through this whole time. So I thought that he made a good business decision. And it seems like Turkey is one of the few people, whether you want to call him, he's not a promoter, right? But he's in that umbrella, right? He's more of an event planner, but he doesn't turn his back on fighters because they lose or because they underperform or something like that. Or he hasn't done that yet. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like fighters are pretty much happy, you know, besides Shakur and what Shakur and Turkey are going through right now, which I fully anticipate that to be ironed out and smoothed out. But right now it seems like there's a little issue going there that needs to be rectified. But outside of that, the fighters are pretty much happy working with Big Turk. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that all the fighters are happy working with Mauricio Sulaiman and all, you know what I'm saying? So I can't say the same thing. Granted, he has a larger body of work. He's been there longer. But I just thought that was corny to come out and say that he has freaking $8 million that he turned down. That's not even your position. Even if you know that, that's not even your position to disclose. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to my guy Deezy in the building, Christopher Randolph in the building, my guy, man. He said that purse split between sanctioned bodies had him shook. Yeah, facts. I see what you said, but that hour-long show just to say I'm leaving this was wild. Hey, man, it was for the kids, man. You know, heavy donation to charitable organizations. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LeBron, man. You know, he put a lot of kids through school with that, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was for, you know? So he did it for good, and people demonized him for it. Now I'm saying, hey, but anyway, the point is that these owners and these authoritative figures, they don't care about the fighters or the individuals like that. They care about their bottom line, but then they have the audacity. They're audacious enough to come out publicly and act like they're mad or someone betrayed them. You betrayed them. You're in the business of betrayal. Let's be very clear with that, man. So I thought that was corny by President Mauricio Sulaiman. And I don't really have too much against him like that. But I think the way he's handling this, I shouldn't say handling. The way he's mishandling this is ridiculous. And it's just, I think it's a bad look, man. And I think that people should pay attention to take notes, especially if you're a fighter. You know, because Dmitry Bivol, I'm not saying that people can't do anything wrong. You know, no one's perfect or infallible, right? So I'm not saying that Dmitry Bivol is incapable of doing a foul play, but he just doesn't seem like somebody that would do somebody dirty intentionally, man. Like, people are shocked by this trilogy. You basically try to force Dmitry Bivol to choose between President Sulaiman and the WBC and Turkey Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season. I think that why would you even put him in that position? The fact that you would even put him in that position forcefully is a testament, and it reinforces the fact that you don't care. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even put Dmitry Bivol in this position at this moment, because we know that the trilogy was always on the table as long as they split the first two fights. So yes, if anybody was going to get dirty or left at the altar, it was going to be you, Mauricio Sulaiman, and you deserve it, because Dmitry Bivol should look out for his best interest, because that's what he's doing. Mauricio Sulaiman is definitely looking out for his best interest. Got me over here rolling translate Spanish to the people, you feel me? You know what I'm talking about? You know, I know my Spanish a little bit, you feel me? Yes, sir, man. I do my thing, man. It's good to hear from you, bro. But yeah, man, I just thought that was really selfish of Mauricio Sulaiman. And not only that, I think he's full of crap. I think that Bivol getting $8 million to fight Benavidez, like, it's just some guaranteed flat fee. I mean, maybe it is, and then maybe though it added like pay-per-view to the top of that, so maybe he could have came out with Big Bank. But I know he's getting Big Bank with Turk. Obviously he's happy, and that's why he made that decision. You know what I'm saying? So I think that him saying that, trying to imply that Bivol somehow turned down a lot of money to go and fight Beterbiev and skip Benavidez because he's ducking. I think that's a whole bunch of BS and fake news.
If you out here getting fake vagina over your fake jury, reality is reality.
Yeah, so I don't believe that at all. But, you know, it could be true, you know. So, I mean, hey, I just want to know why. I've never seen, you know, this type of interaction happen like that. Omari, what's good, man? Big member in the building. You know what I'm saying? Young King Omari, man. Young Prince Omari. Young King, Young Prince. All that good stuff at Bob Mods. Now, in other news, of course he knows what the splits are. WBC tried to get their position. That's true. That's true, Ty. Ty says, of course he knows what the splits are. The WBC tried to get their split too. Right. Exactly. That's the thing. He's talking about he get 8 million. Where he's probably mad because they want their split. His split was probably somehow, some way he was going to get an 18 million split. You know what I'm saying? So speaking of splits, though, you know, we could be having a purse split between Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda, you know, and that's going to be 70-30 in Shakur's favor because he's a champion. But I don't think, even though it's going to purse splits, you know, the WBC, I think they're right to call this one. You know, they ordered this fight, which is good because Zepeda needs to fight Shakur. He's been calling him out for so long. But I just don't have I have a feeling it's not going to happen. I feel like Oscar's already laying the groundwork. Oscar de la Hoya is already laying the groundwork to get right back to go right back to what he's been doing, and that's accusing Shakur of ducking and wiggle his way up out of there like the little snake he's been acting like, man. Yo, E-Dub, what's good, my brother? Yeah, they're calling Bivol a duck, bro. Like, come on, man. What's good, fellas? Yeah, they're saying Bivol is ducking Benavidez. Like, come on, man. We got to be honest. Like, every fight is not going to happen when we anticipate it, you know, at that moment, man. Things have to take place. And I'm sorry, if you think that Benavidez is ducking, if you think Bivol is ducking Benavidez to fight Beterbiev for a third time, then, I mean, you can have that, bro. I just, you know, I just think you're kind of silly.
You dumbass.
That's just my personal opinion. Yo, big dog hair. Big dog hair grease Willie, man. Dropping that bread, that cheese. That butter.
These biscuits.
Big Dog Willie says, WBC has been going downhill ever since Sulaiman took control of his dad's company. WBC is only revered because Muhammad Ali made the belt famous. Okay, hold on. I'm going to need everybody to face forward in your pews. You know what I'm saying? Please face the front. My boy, Pastor Big Dog Willie. Big dog hair grease Willie, excuse me, with a perm. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? You know, the pastor's got to have the perms. You know, so he's about to preach right now, so let's get right. He says, WBC has been going downhill ever since Sulaiman took control of his dad's company. WBC is only revered because Muhammad Ali made the belt famous. That's a fact. So, you know, I like the WBC. I don't really have too many issues against any of the sanctioned bodies in particular. I just didn't like this movement. I thought it was kind of brash, and I think it was just unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? I think that Dmitry Bivol didn't deserve that. And don't paint him like a duck because he went the obvious route. He went to go fight a trilogy. It is 1-1. We're anticipating a trilogy between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, and Katie Taylor is 2-0. So if any trilogy out of the last few trilogies makes sense, it would be Bivol and Beterbiev because they're split 1-1. You see what I'm saying? I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you might be unhappy, but there's a way to handle things. And I feel like he just looks like a spoiled little bitch. I ain't gonna lie. So you got to tighten up, man. And then so let's move forward to with the Shakur Stevenson and the Zepeda stuff with the WBC ordered. Do I think that fight's gonna happen, man? I hope it happens, but I'm not sure. I have my doubts. But before we get back to that, though, I want to also drop some new news as well. Edwin De Los Santos apparently pulled out the Keyshawn Davis fight. You know, Keyshawn Davis and Edwin De Los Santos were rumored to be close to finalizing their fight upcoming on July 6th. But apparently Edwin De Los Santos was he cited that he was unhappy with the final offer. He thought it wasn't fair and he wasn't getting compensated appropriately. So he pulled out, man. He said, I'm not fighting you with this low ball offer. So we'll see how things will develop, and I'll keep y'all posted. But as of right now, I'm hearing the word on the streets is that Edwin De Los Santos is not entertaining Keyshawn Davis anymore because he says that he's not being compensated appropriately. And that's that kind of sucks because I was looking forward to Keyshawn Davis and Edwin De Los Santos. I think that would have been a good fight. And you know, I mean, boxing moves with fluidity, right? It's nothing concrete. So just because it's that way right now, it doesn't mean that it's going to be that way tomorrow. They could, you know what I'm saying, and re-engage in negotiations and switch it up, you know. So we'll see how that goes. He said, nah, it's been business as usual for them. His father was doing the same, if not worse. I'm telling you. Yo, he said, Ty Moore said, can't agree. He said, I can't agree with you, brother. Yeah, man. So, yes, sir. I just think that Keyshawn Davis, I think there's still enough time. We're in April, right? May, June, July. I mean, he still has 2 strong months. You know what I'm saying? Three strong months to get an opponent. So, we're at the beginning of April. What am I talking about? We're at the beginning of April and July. So it's July 6th. So yeah. So he definitely has 3 strong months to find another opponent. I mean, that's still cutting it very close, man. You know, so I would like him to ascertain an opponent sooner than later. I hope it is Edwin De Los Santos, but if it's not Edwin De Los Santos, I could think of some other entertaining guys at 135 for him to fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he could fight what's the dude's name? At 135. Actually, shoot, who would I be interested in him fighting if not Edwin De Los Santos? I mean, Keyshawn and Pitbull would be good if Pitbull is interested in going back down to 135. Hell, Keyshawn, and I'd be cool with him fighting Artur Beterbiev. He only has 2 losses, right, to Frank the Ghost Martin and Shakur Stevenson. Hell, I'd be cool with him fighting Frank the Ghost Martin, but I've been hearing rumors that Frank is going to 140 as well. So I haven't really seen it. I haven't seen it anywhere definitively yet. I haven't seen it definitively. I haven't seen that he's going to 140 definitively, but I've seen him tweet that, you know, but people have changed their hearts, but you know what I'm saying, sometimes, but I have seen it from him that he's going to 140. So, but if not, then I think Frank the Ghost Martin versus Keyshawn Davis is another good fight. So there's a couple other fights at 135 that are pretty interesting for Keyshawn Davis, but I really like the Edwin De Los Santos fight if it could still happen, but we'll see, man, how it goes, man. But yeah, I just, today primarily, anybody want to pull up at the Discord, we go open up the Discord pretty early because I'm not feeling the best. So if you want to pull up, man, y'all can pull up at the Discord, and we could discuss some of these things, man. And as far as the Zepeda and Shakur stuff goes, I'm actually pretty excited about the possibilities with Zepeda as far as him being in a decent fight regardless in his next fight. Because let's say what I think is going to happen, I think he might fight Floyd Kid Austin Schofield. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Dog Willie, man. I heard Big Dog Willie and Just Dude's channel bringing up our conversation from earlier. I was in there lurking, and I heard Big Dog Willie reference our conversation. So shout out to my boy Willie, man. But yeah, I still believe that that's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen definitively, but I do think it's a possibility that, you know, William Zepeda and Floyd Kid Austin Schofield could fight for a title eliminator to try to get Tank a shot at Tank's WBA belt, and then Tank could go handle his business with Lamont Roach. Assuming that he does and wins the rematch, then I think that whether Zepeda goes straight to Tank, that's a good fight. If Zepeda goes to Floyd Kid Austin Schofield, that's a good fight. Or if Zepeda finally grabs his nuts and pulls his skirts down, actually goes to fight the guy that he's been calling out habitually for the last year and a half, and Shakur Stevenson, that's the fight that I want the most. I'll be happy with that too. So the possibilities for Zepeda are pretty intriguing right now. I just wish that they would either fight Shakur or stop saying his name altogether, man. I think it's just getting drawn out now. But if I had to put my money on it, I do not think that they're going to commit to the WBC route. I do not think he's going to fight Shakur, and I just think he's going to do something else, man. That's just my personal opinion on it, but I don't have any hardcore definitive proof to corroborate with that story. I'm just going off of what I think is going to happen. So we'll see how it goes, man. But yeah, I just, these fighters, man. These fighters in these situations, man. Shout out to David Benavidez. He's finally a champion. You know, he didn't get it in the way that he wanted to get it, I'm sure. But at the same time, I'm still happy that he was able to acquire a title. I wish he would have got it in the ring. I wish he would have got a chance to fight Bivol or Beterbiev or Canelo for a belt. But at the same time, you know, he has to take some accountability because, you know, he wanted to move up to 175 at a time where he knew that Bivol and Beterbiev were going to be occupied, you know what I'm saying, with each other, you know, pause. That sounded occupied with each other sounded crazy. Hold on. That's definitely a no diddy.
No diddy.
So I just think that in order to expect these things to happen, you got to also look before you leap, you know what I'm saying? So Canelo, him not getting a Canelo fight, it's easy to blame Canelo, but it's the WBC's fault, you know, because they never ordered the fight. Look how fast they ordered Bivol. Look how fast they stripped Bivol. You know, it's forced Bivol to vacate, and look how fast they elevated Benavidez. So this is a key. This is Case in point, that people that are blaming my boy Cinnamon for Benavidez and Cinnamon not fighting, of course Benavidez can be blamed too. I mean, sorry, of course Cinnamon can be blamed too, because like I said, he is the face of boxing, and that great, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So with great power comes great responsibility. He can do whatever he wants, and contrarily, he cannot do whatever he wants. So if he really wanted to fight Benavidez, he could have made it happen. However, when people say he ducked him, I'm like, no, he didn't duck him, because he was never ordered. If he was ordered to fight him, and then he vacated the belt and ducked and dodged and dipped up out of there instead of fighting Benavidez, then I would say, hey man, y'all know I'm honest, man. I might be a lot of things, but I'm definitely honest. You know, dishonest is not one of them. I would definitely agree with people and say, oh yeah, Canelo ducked Benavidez. But it's like when you hear these guys and girls that should know better, like Paulie Malignaggi, being a commentator, a boxing aficionado, and a former fighter, he should know that, you know, there's more that goes into making matches than just, oh, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight this guy. And if a champion is not fulfilling his championship duties, then it's up to the sanctioned bodies and the powers that be to enforce these rules, enforce these mandates, and make the fighters adhere to the rules. So if Canelo or anybody else is not doing what they order, then they should be stripped or forced to vacate. Case in point, he just did that with Bivol. He forced him to vacate so quickly, right? So they have the power to do so, man. They just don't want to do so because they're worried about the bottom line and the power of the dollar. So it is what it is, man. Yo, we got Average Someone in the building. What's good, brethren? Big member in the building. Big member in the building, man. Shout out to my guy, Average Someone, man. So yeah, man, I just think it's crazy to just put all the blame. Can you blame Canelo for not fighting Benavidez? Absolutely, but he's not 100% of the blame. He's not even the majority of the blame. In my opinion, I've always said this: the majority of the blame goes on the sanctioning bodies when these things happen. And then you can also put, you know, some of the blame on Canelo, because like I said, if he wanted to make the fight, he could make the fight. Let's be honest. And then also some of the blame also goes on what's his name, Benavidez as well, because a couple times he missed weight, a couple times he was on that booger sugar, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes he wasn't demonstrating the actions of a consummate professional, you know what I'm saying? So he has to take some of the blame as well. Tay says the WBC is all about the money. That's a fact. All about the money, man. Yo, what's good, MAW? Said hello, DBT chat. Smash that like button, folks. Yes, sir. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already, man. If you haven't smacked that like button, smack yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then smack the like button. You feel me? So we got to pull up my guy Oscar right now, man. I see him in the back of the Discord. We gonna take some calls. And I'm gonna implement a time limit now. I keep saying that and I keep not doing it. Because you know, I just like chopping it up and having people on for the panel. But at the same time too, you know, we got to keep the show flowing in a smooth manner as well. So we gonna start implementing the time limit. But I ain't gonna lie, some people gonna be immune, man. You know what I'm saying? The big dogs in the chat. And my boy Oscar is definitely a big dog in the chat. You know what I'm talking about? So but we gonna start implementing the time. But that's gonna be much later though, not right now. No time soon. We gotta grow. You know what I'm saying? Once we start hitting like 50 people on a consistent basis, then we gonna start thinking about that. Average Someone says, man, I wanted Bivol versus Benavidez over the trilogy. Kind of disappointed. I'm not mad at anybody wanting it. I'm mad at people saying that Bivol is ducking Beterbiev. I mean, I'm mad at people saying that Bivol is ducking Benavidez for Beterbiev. My boy Ty says him keeping his belt prestigious doesn't change the fact that for the most part that man embodied most of the problematic things wrong in the sport of boxing. But yeah, I'm not mad at anybody who wanted to switch it up, right? I disagree, but I'm not mad at anybody. I am mad at the people that are trying to imply or insinuate or act like Bivol is ducking Benavidez for Beterbiev, where they're 1-1 in the fight in their series, and they're going for a trilogy. It's not like he's not fighting Benavidez and he's fighting, I don't know, no disrespect to anybody I name, but like Michael Eifert or something. He's not turning down Benavidez and he's fighting like Jesse Hart or something, or Callum Simpson or something. He's fighting Beterbiev, bro. A guy who he went 1-1 with. Like, come on. What are we talking about, bro? That's the thing that annoys me. But as far as anybody wanted Bivol and Beterbiev, I mean Bivol and Benavidez or Benavidez and Beterbiev, I'm not mad at that at all, man. Yo, shout out to my guy Oscar. Peel out, what's good? Now I wouldn't say it's a duck. He's going with the guy. Yeah, exactly, Average. Yeah, because you're smart. That's why. But a lot of these guys and girls aren't too intelligent, unfortunately. Yo, we got Oscar in the building, man. We got Big Dog Willie in the building. What's good, fellas?
Yo.
Man, chilling, man. Chilling, man. What y'all think about this, man? 8 million? 8 million?
So I missed. So you said Beterbiev turned down $8 million?
Bivol. According to President Mauricio Sulaiman, Bivol turned down $8 million to fight Benavidez. Or sorry, turned down $8 million that he would have got to fight Benavidez in order to go fight Beterbiev for the trilogy. That's what President Mauricio Sulaiman said. I don't believe that at all. Me either. Peel out was good. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Look at that. And even my point is, like, even if he did, why you disclose that information as a president of WBC? What they got to do? You know what I'm saying? How does that benefit you? You're not a promoter. You're not Benavidez's handler. Like I don't even understand why you disclosing that information publicly. Trying to make Bivol look bad. I just don't get it, bro. But go ahead, Oscar. I'm sorry. I was
gonna say pretty much the same thing. Like even if it's not like you're getting paid $8 million, you're getting a split of that.
Talk to him.
Split of that.
Mm-hmm. That's what he's mad. That's what he's mad about.
He was like, "Oh man, I can't make my monthly payment on my Bentley now."
Come on now.
And like somebody said that his dad was good. No, his dad was worse. He's the one that canceled Maravilla Martinez like that.
No, his dad. I'm talking about. See, you guys have to realize what I was saying. I was trying to tell Ty Morrison this too. I'm talking about keeping the belt prestigious, and that's the difference. That's the difference. Keeping the belt prestigious. That belt was cool all the way into because of social media, but Junior has been fucking up that belt like for real. Even like I think the bronze champions was getting the belt. It was a lot of different things that now the WBC is doing that it just makes it worse. The whole Canelo thing is ridiculous.
Yep. Go ahead and rebuttal, Oscar, and then I'm gonna let Ty get in here. What's good, Ty?
Yeah.
We're gonna have some conversation today.
Nah, I see. Like his dad was good towards the beginning, but towards the middle and the end, he knows that. I mean, he still did a lot. Now it just kind of seems like they're just trying to keep the belt moving, if and only if the champion is not Latino or Mexican. Like they just try to.
And that's what. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, because I was going to talk on that too. But go ahead.
It just seems like now if you're not Latino or Mexican, or you can put out the money, significantly more money than a Latino or Mexican champion, and that belt's like hot potato.
Hot potato.
I think that's what he's mad about. Like, hey, I couldn't solidify this guy. My first split, and I don't know. We know what the WBC is.
Right.
The WBC is check.
Right. Take them dad in the building. What's good, my brother? Big member in the building. All right, what you was gonna say? Oh wait, let me let Ty get in here, and then we go to you, Willie. Bodega Ty. Unless you.
It's just business as usual with the WBC. We know exactly what they've been doing for years. Just a different Sulaiman in charge. The difference is it's the modern day era, and a lot more things are publicized.
Yes,
that's true. I'm not gonna disagree with you on that one. I just think that since the 2000s, in the 2000 teens, there's been very, very like. I can understand the Don King days when JCC won that fight, Julio Chavez won that fight over Whitaker. That was some bullshit. That's when the WBC was. That's when it was getting. That was when it got really bad.
Sweet
With
pea.
Oscar De La Hoya and some of those other people who were getting those defense. But now, like Oscar said, now it's if you're like a lower weight, middleweight. I say lower than that. Mexican fighter, you get all the advantages, and Canelo too, because Canelo's the worst of all of them.
Can I interject real quick? I don't think this is a new occurrence. This has been the status quo for the WBC. I asked a question on this platform. I don't remember how many months ago. When has there been a Mexican champion before the WBC?
Are you talking about? What do you mean?
Oh, has there ever been a Mexican champion in boxing before the WBC came into existence?
Well, because to be honest with you, the Mexican fighters back in like the 60s and 50s and 40s, they weren't really being pushed because the country was too poor to produce them.
Oh, I got Tech in the back. Hold on, let me pull up Tech.
With that.
Which brought them to come
WBC
together and make
started,
their own
WBC
belt.
started in 1960s. So WBC started in 1960s when Muhammad Ali got the belt. And then in 1970s, Mexicans started getting their belts. They did.
Started getting
So
ranking and
it's a different type of fighters. And the fighters that were smaller back then were white Italians and black fighters, stuff like that. And then it changed. And so you can't use that as the race thing and say Mexican fighters as
No. I'm not solely basing it off a race. It took them to make their own belt to actually get a seat at the table. But one of the things I was going to point out is
because the WBA, which was the one at the time, the other one that started the whole the belt thing, they weren't being fair to fighters at all, and they were very monopolizing it. WBC, both organizations deal with the mob and promoters, stuff like that, but WBC made it. That's why Muhammad Ali praised that belt because the WBA wasn't going to allow him to fight for the belt like he wanted to.
Okay. Pugilism, what's good, bro? MAW, what's good, brother? Yeah, we deep into today, man. Tech them dad, man. You want to say something, brother?
I'm just trying to get caught up on what we were talking about. I just got on the live, so I'm just trying to get caught up. I'm just listening real quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing, then. Yeah. Ty and Oscar and Big Dog Willie cooking right now. I'm just listening too. I like what I'm hearing. Proceed. Oh man,
everybody taking them ill-gotten gains.
Ill-gotten gains, man.
Well, do you guys think this is a path to the Canelo fight next year for Benavidez?
No,
that's a good question.
No,
you don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
So you don't think if Benavidez ends up with at least the WC belt, WBC, they love them some Canelo.
Yep.
Do you think he might try to jump up to 175 and take it then?
The only way I think he goes to 175.
No,
go ahead, Ty. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, is Canelo on his farewell tour yet?
Hell no.
I did hear him in an interview say he didn't see himself fighting past
38.
37, 38 years old. So
yep, 37, 38, yeah, something like that.
3 years away.
Yeah,
well, I know, but we're talking about this fight being another year away and a year and a half away if they set it up. So
I understand what you're saying, but why?
The only way.
Why?
I think he does it if Bivol acquires a belt or acquires undisputed. I think he goes back and fights Bivol. That's my opinion. But yeah,
do y'all think Bivol in another after another fight with Beterbiev, you still gonna give Bivol a big edge over Benavidez
at 175? Now I think the further that fight gets pushed out, the better Benavidez is gonna get acclimated. He's gonna be in. The more he's gonna get acclimated to that weight. So I still lean towards. If you ask me right now, I'm still going with Bivol, but I think the fight is gonna be tougher. Yeah, for sure.
At that point, I mean, we're speculating right now. So
right.
My buddies advocate, but I'm just gonna say like this. Bivol don't need Benavidez.
No, he doesn't.
The same way Canelo don't need Benavidez.
Yep.
No. I disagree with you. I disagree with you about that. But Bivol don't need Benavidez because Bivol is already been at the weight class for a long time, and his biggest.
That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. You cut me off before I finish.
Okay, go ahead. My fault.
Yeah, like he's already been there. He's already done it. Like he was a prospect. Now he's a real deal. When he beat Canelo, he got stardom. Now he's undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
And he's aging out. He don't need to fight this guy. He don't need to risk it. He don't need to risk it. If he wants to, get another big payday because he already got 2. He's fixing to get a 3rd one. And if he fights Canelo, I would rather see him fight Canelo than Benavidez myself personally. But he don't need to fight Benavidez. He can just backhit all them titles and see ya.
He could go to cruiserweight. They've been entertaining that a little bit, teasing potentially Job Ataya versus Bivol.
I think him at cruiserweight is a mistake.
I agree. I'm with you on that.
I think that's a mistake. I think that's
agree.
one weight class too many for him.
I agree.
I don't think he has the pop to hang with those boys at cruiserweight. And you know, you can box, you can be an elite, but if you got to have some kind of pop to hang with those guys.
The only thing, but you know Bivol, right? So what the rebuttal to that would be, but he beat a guy that's the current two-time, two-belt champ right now in Zerto. So if he does think he can, I'm not gonna be against it, but I'm with you. I don't think that he's gonna be like.
So you think he does Zerto that way again if they fight at cruiserweight?
No, sir, I don't. But I will say this though, it's not like when he beat Zerto, it wasn't like a dominance based on power. You know what I'm saying? He was outboxing him, so that's gonna translate. You feel me? But I do agree with you though. I think Zerto is more acclimated and his body type. And I think he's
more of a natural cruiserweight than he was.
Yes,
light heavy. Yeah.
I agree.
Would y'all say the way Bivol beat Zerto was the same, like similar to what Inoue beat Fulton? It wasn't a weight issue. It wasn't a power issue. It was just more of a skill issue at that point.
You said Inoue and Fulton?
I think if it was a weight issue, it was on Zerto. I think Zerto, and they admitted it for several fights before that he was having trouble making
175
light heavy.
All right.
Yeah.
So did you get a 100% fueled up, great training camp, feeling good, natural in his weight, Zerto? I don't think he did.
All right.
But but yeah, it was definitely on that night. It looked like a skill issue.
Yeah. To be with and there's no disrespect to Inoue, because Inoue dominated Fulton, but I maybe I have to watch it again too, but I just felt like that was just like he just like blitzed him more so than like a break him down type. I don't really feel like he broke Fulton down.
I think his
just beat him.
In the ring surprised Fulton. I think Fulton was surprised at the skills.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much the power. He was like, oh damn.
You guys are giving Fulton way too much. Anyways, nice.
No, Inoue's nice, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he beat him up.
Top 3, in the world, in my opinion.
So I can't say Fulton didn't know better. He just got his ass whooped.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't compare it to, because he asked me if it was, to me, Bivol, he broke what's the name down. Like he just outclassed him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that necessarily. I feel like I feel like in a way overwhelmed Fulton, like kind of like how Bakram did Tim Tszyu. Like he
ran through him.
Yeah, he ran through him. Right, exactly. Yeah, pause. Yeah, pause. But yeah, he ran through him. Yeah, I didn't like, to me, Bivol, he broke Zerto down. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it was different. I wasn't saying that Inoue wasn't dominant. No, he was definitely dominant. But I don't know if it was a break down. I think it was a different method.
A better fighter than Fulton in
I agree
every
with that
aspect.
I agree. Well,
so I just, boxing wise, power, speed, everything. So I just don't. It's like Bivol, he broke him down, but I think that Inoue would do the same thing if the situation was a little bit different.
Yeah, I just don't think that those are the same type of victories. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that either one was more or less dominant.
Well, let's put it this way. I was shocked at how bad Fulton looked and how, because he had never been we'd never even seen an inkling of him being able to be dominated like that.
Yeah,
I've seen Zerto get outboxed, and I've seen Zerto, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen him in tough situations. I had never seen Fulton just get destroyed like that. And I never thought that would, as great as Inoue is, I never saw that being the way that fight ended. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, to a lesser degree, to piggyback what you're saying, it's like with Spence and Terrence Crawford for me. Like, I didn't see it. I thought it was gonna be a close fight. I actually thought Inoue was gonna win, but I thought it was gonna be close. That wasn't close. You know what I'm saying? So with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, I thought it was gonna be close either way, but that wasn't close. That's how I felt about it. I'm glad you said that, because that's how it reminded me. It reminded me of like a Spence and Fulton, Spence and Bud. Like, I just didn't think somebody's gonna get dominated like that.
I understand.
If that makes sense, Willie. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
because he embarrassed Fulton, and I thought Fulton had enough. There's guys where you go, okay, anybody can get beat on any given night, right? But the way you get beat matters when you're in the upper echelon of the division. And if you get embarrassed like that, it makes people question, well, how good was he really? And that's crazy to be questioned because Stephen Fulton's a skilled fighter.
Right.
It's just that's the greatness of Inoue. He's that
Facts.
much above everybody else.
Yeah. Hey, give me a quick
And
second.
He made it
Tech.
known that night.
Right. Give me a quick second. I don't know. Someone just donated something. I think went through the Twitch. Cause I just saw something that it scared the heck out of me. It like scared me. I didn't know where it came from. I think it's on my Twitch. So whoever did that, man, thank you. But I'm not on Twitch, so I don't know where that came from or who did it. But thank you if you're in the stream. I don't know how that's still connected to my Twitch. That just surprised the heck out of me. It came in the bottom corner of the screen. I don't even know where it came from. But shout out to you, man. Thank you. I don't see a notification, so thank you. Go ahead, Tech. Or Big Dog Willie, whoever's talking. I'm not sure.
So, but I mean, I know we're getting off. We're talking about anyway.
No, talk about whatever you want.
Anyway, Anyway, impressed me with more the Neary fight than with the Fulton fight. As him getting knocked down, because he got rocked.
Well, he answered more questions in that Neary fight for sure. Questions that he hadn't had to answer before. You know, he hadn't had to answer what's it going to be like if you get cracked and knocked down. What are you going to? How do you come back and fight? So yeah, he answered more questions. It's just
he got up and beat his ass. He got up and beat the shit out of him.
I'm telling you, he did. He did.
It pissed him off getting knocked down like that. It made him mad.
Yep.
Yeah, I got Inoue, like, man, he's top 3 pound for pound in the world and has been, in my opinion, for the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's nice. I don't.
That's what they always say. Like, I think that the top 3 are interchangeable. Whether you have Inoue, Bud, or Usyk number 1, 2, or 3, I feel like they're all interchangeable. So I don't think it's really a wrong answer. You know, I think it's just a matter of preference. But yeah, Inoue's definitely a dog. Definitely a beast. I just wish
we haven't even seen. We haven't even seen him fully. He's nowhere near done. We're gonna see him. I definitely think he steps up and dominates the next weight class too.
Oh yeah, you think
I really do.
126?
I think he cleans it out.
Ooh,
I think he cleans it out.
Espinosa?
He's getting better. He's getting better every time I see him.
El Divino?
He better go up.
Oh no, Tech. I disagree on that one. Yeah, I feel like anyway. Yeah, I think he's stuck, man. I think not saying stuck like he's scared or he's weak or anything, but I think if he goes down to 118, I think Junto beats him. If he goes up to 126, I think Espinosa beats him.
Oh,
but
I don't know.
I think he beats other people though.
I don't know. Man, he had anyway had a lot of fucking power. You can't just.
He does.
And he got speed. Junto's not gonna just beat him like that. No.
Shit.
No.
Junto gonna put that boy on his back. Why?
No.
You know what?
I know you Junto fans. I know you guys like him, Junto fans, but you guys are not giving anyway his respect.
What? Bro, I said he beats his division. I said 2 people beat him and they're outside of his division, man. That's hella respect. That might be too much respect. Come on, man.
Oh, y'all Inoue fans, y'all cool because Nishida's gonna put a
stop it.
Put a light
Okay. See, Big Dog Willie. Now he's being disrespectful. This man said Ryosuke.
I know. I heard.
Now he's
I'm
being
disrespectful.
I'm
quiet now.
Now he's being disrespectful.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, that accuracy and throwing punches gonna have you in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, right.
Knock down too. I ain't gonna lie. He can. It's a 50-50 for me. I just got Nishida beating.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad.
I think Inoue's gonna bring Junto up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's not going down.
Yeah. He ain't going down. He's gonna bring Junto up. I still lean Inoue in that fight.
I'm not mad.
Although I do think it's a lot closer now but I still see more holes in Junto's defense than I do Inoue's.
I agree with that.
What?
I do. No, I agree. I agree with that.
I do.
I agree with that. I will say
see
this.
things that Inoue can do to him.
Yeah.
With the holes that are in his defense.
That worries me too.
They're tailor-made for each other's holes in their defense, actually.
That worries me too.
So it's going to be an interesting fight.
What I would say, Oscar, is that I do agree that Inoue has better defense, but I think that Inoue throws wilder punches that Junto could get in between. But I do think that Junto gets hit more than Inoue. I definitely do. And that's what worries me too.
Take them that you said it was like they're just tailor-made for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to test each other's holes in their
Yeah.
defenses for sure.
Yeah.
Pause.
Oh yeah, yo, hey
Wow.
yo,
Like-
Test each other's holes is crazy. Hey yo, hold
Big dog, what's happening here?
Hold
man?
on. But yeah,
But
yeah,
they're gonna find the cracks in their defense, and they're
Yeah,
going
facts.
and they're gonna expose it to both of them. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. It could be fight of the year. I think it's gonna be one of the best fights
I hope so, man.
we've seen in a long time.
I hope it doesn't disappoint, man. I hope so, because like I said,
I don't see how it
picking
can.
Junto.
They just don't. They're too prideful. They got too
Right.
much honor,
You're right.
and they're and they're gonna be in front of a home crowd. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be it'll be crazy.
Yeah, I'm picking
It's
Junto, Big Dog Willie, but I'm not like saying, oh, nah, you ain't got no chance. No, hell no, he always got a chance. He'll beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I just got my
understand.
boy Junto. Yeah. It's like a take a Shakur thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I definitely, if anybody beats Tank, I think it's Shakur. If anybody beats Shakur as Tank, I'm just going with Tank. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's
I
just
want to hear your
simple with
opinion
that.
if you're still here.
I think he's muted. Said Ty.
Who?
Ty.
Oh, Ty. Yeah.
Everyone has a puncher's
Oh, my
chance.
bad.
Now he is
I'm
an
over here
ace
watching
side.
film.
Oh, okay. No way going down for Junto. Yeah, Junto coming. I mean, I don't think anybody's going back down. I mean, he already got undisputed at 118. So yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
on that weight division.
man.
And he got power.
He got power, bro. Oh man.
Y'all think Junto should take a fight at that weight class before the Inoue fight?
Hell
Step
yeah.
up and test the
Yes.
waters.
As much
Yeah,
as I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about Junto beating,
Do you think he will?
I don't think he will, but I think that
I don't either.
I think that
But I think he
Junto,
should.
not even that he should do that. I feel like he should be unified before we even entertain the Naoya Inoue fight seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm picking Junto, but I think it's too. I personally don't feel that we should be discussing this part. I feel is disrespectful. Big Dog Willie. I think people that are so excited for this fight, it's like Naoya Inoue is proven. Junto's not proven. As much as I like Junto, when I say proven, he's proven, but he's not like. There's four champions at 118 and they're all right. Exactly. There's four champions at 118 and they're all undefeated. So I think that it's important for him to go through the natural progression of things and at least be clear that you're the best of your division. Right now, I think he's the best, but on paper, I mean, they're all undefeated and they're all champions.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
I
That's
think
gotta
that's
play out
disrespectful.
first.
Yeah, I think it's disrespectful to Naoya and it's disrespectful to the other champions to just say, oh yeah, Junto Naoya Inoue, that's a good matchup. How do you know? Like he might, Ryosuke Nishida might beat him. Seiya Tsutsumi might be Junto. Who's the other guy? Yoshiki Takei might be Junto. Even with Bam Rodriguez when they say that. But Bam Rodriguez at 115 and they be talking about Bam and Naoya Inoue, 2 divisions higher. What about
that's
Fuma Lady Cat Fu?
disrespectful.
It's disrespectful, bro. Fuma Lady Cat Fu and Puma Martinez. Those are 2 undefeated champions in Bam Rodriguez division. Like let him handle that business first. So that part I do agree with Big Dog Willie, but I'm still picking Junto though. What that say?
No.
And I got Inoue all
it's
day
a close
against
fight.
Bam if he did move up. Inoue all day against Bam.
Yeah, I
All
think that's
day.
too much, right? Yeah, I agree. Unless he got some fights
I mean,
first.
I don't know why he just doesn't. Anyway, have never gotten his respect. I don't know why. This is like I remember when Fulton. They're like, oh, Fulton's going. He's more athletic. Nobody ever fought he never fought an athletic black dude. I was like, dude, when it comes to fighting, it doesn't matter how athletic you are. If you can't fight, you can't fight. So, and I'm not saying he can't fight. I'm not saying Fulton can't fight, but
right.
There's levels to certain things.
Yeah.
Well,
The skill level was
so-
definitely apparent. There was levels to it on that night.
But you know that's always gonna exist, man. When you have 2 different cultures, it's always gonna be this culture is this person's better because their culture, this person's better because their culture. So I don't really think the people that really watch boxing felt that way. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody.
Yeah,
in
I
here-
never buy into the
so
he's
that's-
more athletic, so he's going to give him it's like that's one aspect that you need. Of course, you need to be somewhat athletic. I mean, I guess you don't even have to be. We've seen some guys that aren't very athletic at all do really good in boxing, but I think we lean too heavily on athleticism in boxing because skills pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the athleticism make it easier to be a better fighter. It just makes it easier, but it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't make you a better. It doesn't make you a better fighter. And that's
superior athleticism can also get you in trouble, relying on it too much.
Right. It's just an aspect of the game.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
a
I'm saying?
delicate balance when you're talking about somebody that's got that much athleticism. you still have to be careful. You still have to rely on your
Right,
skills
right.
and your athleticism. You can't just
Oh,
go,
no,
"Oh, I'm
doubt,
more athletic."
no doubt,
Yeah.
no
Yeah, so
doubt.
that can definitely get you in trouble whenever you're like, well, I'm more athletic. I'm just going to use my athleticism. Eh,
Well, that what got Roy Jones in trouble
Yep.
because he was. I mean, he used athleticism for. He was just he was so dominant. But
Yeah.
but once he lost the athleticism, he was. Oh, he looked bad.
When you and because all it takes is just that one fraction of a second you slow down. That one
Yep.
where you were half a second ahead of everybody.
Yep.
Now you're even with everybody.
Yep.
And now you're getting clipped. And then you're a little bit slower.
Yep.
And your feet don't move as fast, and your reflexes aren't as fast. That's what I see happen to a lot of these guys. Later, you see their skill set get exposed when the athleticism starts to fade. And it doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes that, like I said, that fraction of a second where you were that much quicker, that half a second quicker than everybody else for years. Now you're not. Now the athleticism's more on a level playing field, and it comes down to how good are you fundamentally? Are you fundamentally sound?
Man.
Or did you rely on your athleticism so much that you learned bad habits along the way?
And I don't even think you have to go that far back. I think you just, Manny Pacquiao, but I think that at least he had the longevity. I think we're seeing it right now with Teofimo Lopez. I mean, his game is predicated off of his athleticism. He has fast reflexes, great twitch muscles, but he doesn't have the fundamental skills. Like, he doesn't know how to cut off the ring. Jermaine Ortiz exposed that.
Yeah.
He doesn't approach the game with a game plan. You know, George Kambosos and Steve Claggett exposed that. You know what I'm saying? So he just goes in there and just tries to be out physical you. You know what I'm saying? Be more physical than you as far
Does
as
his dad
athleticism
still train him, or is it what's his name now?
It's still his dad.
Tio. His dad. Yeah,
it's still his dad.
I mean, I'm not nothing against dads, but it just there's some dads that don't need to be training. And
his dad is trash.
And I think, and I know, Devin's dad and Teal's dad needs to sit down.
I'm cool with Devin's dad, but the two dads I don't like is Teal's dad and Kid Austin's dad. Those two, they can
I think unless your dad was already a trainer, and he came up training when you were a kid coming up, and he started training you, we've seen instances of that work for a whole career. But I think these dad-son trainers, and I've touched on this before with Doc, I think they can only take them so far. Then you got to step away, and you got to swallow your pride and say, son, I've taken you as far as I can take you. This is the level of fighters we're going to be facing now. We need somebody who's been in the game, who knows more than I do, who can teach you little wrinkles, who can get rid of bad habits.
Yep.
That's why I'm alluding. That's why I'm alluding to. That's why I was saying, because I say this about Devin's dad is because I think, especially in that last fight against Ryan, I think there was a lot of stuff that Devin could have done to not allow him to get hit like that. And
it's the phone. That's it. Put your mitt on. Put the glove on your ear, man.
The glove on your ear.
Hold the phone.
Yo, give me a quick second. Yo, DZ, thank you so much for that donation, man. It was my guy DZ, man. I appreciate that, DZ. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. That was you. Okay, I should have known. Go ahead, Willie. My fault.
No, that's no. I mean, I'm not gonna get back into that fight because we're gonna see it again. Hopefully, he makes adjustments. But it's just like your dad can take you. Well, if your dad, they started training him. They weren't boxers before. So dad only can teaches you so much, especially with your son. So,
they were pimps.
Yeah, pimps is crazy. Your dad's a pimp. Your dad's a pimp. Right.
Yeah,
I do think you're right, though.
Anyway,
from what I've seen, Bill has taken, and this is my problem with Bill, is this is just my opinion, but from the Linares fight on, I saw things when I started really paying attention. When I saw him finally get rocked like that, and Linares was giving him hell, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to see way more holes now in his game. And then I started really paying attention to him, and I haven't seen any wrinkles. There's no wrinkles in Devin. Like, Devin is the same fighter now or has been the same fighter. He's the same fighter now that I saw 5 years ago, 6 years. I don't see anything new in the ring. There's no new wrinkles. Ryan, albeit the most goofy ass looking stuff, that silly shell that he's been doing, it's a wrinkle, and it got results. We've seen wrinkles in Tank's game as they've developed along these last 5 to 7 years. We've seen people, these guys who are all at the top. The ones that you don't see with any new wrinkles are the ones that we question. I question Devin because I don't see anything new. I don't see him add like, oh, now he's not doing the bow and arrow jab. He's still doing it. I watched sparring footage just like last week, and I was like, oh, hell, here we go again. It's the same damn jab, the one that got him clipped by that left hook over and over and over again.
Yeah,
he's still doing the same shit.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. His dad. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you're a good trainer, like you said, sometimes Pop took him a long way to salute to his dad. Great dad. But when it gets to that high level, when everybody's just as good, it takes just a few things that can knock you off. And so, go ahead.
Ryan's not training with his dad. He's back with Derek James. His dad told him when he decided he wasn't going to go with Canelo up in the mountains. He said, "My dad's training me," and his dad came to him, and he admitted this. My dad came to me and said, "Son, I've taught you all I can teach you. I can't take you any further. You're going to have to find somebody that knows more than I do. That's where you're at in your career. You need somebody that can teach you stuff that I can't teach you, and that wrinkles, man. It's all about once you've gotten to this, it's just about wrinkles, little bitty wrinkles, and correcting little bitty things. And if you can't do that, then you're gonna eventually get exposed, and then that's gonna be the recipe that people try to cook against you every time, until you show that you got a new wrinkle or that you shored up that mistake."
I will say this though, and for me though, I think that we got to remember that Haney did beat the likes of Lomachenko and stuff like that. So it's hard for me to say that given the circumstances of what we're critiquing him on, and that's his last performance against a guy that cheated. So I'm not saying that any of the assessments that were made were wrong, but I do want to see more because I can't knock Bill for having a bad performance against a guy that cheated. And now if he looks bad against Ramirez, then I'm with you.
But there was glaring issues with.
Stop it.
Right, I think that was just the culmination. That's just the spot where it blew up in his face. Somebody finally stuck to a game plan that focused on his flaws.
No, somebody finally cheated. Come on, man. We can't. Okay, well, so let me ask something. Go ahead.
The game plan he had is what
I
was
agree.
talking about.
I agree. I agree. But it's hard for me to even separate the two because I don't know what that does. Like I can't. Okay, let me ask you this. Now I could think of aspect that because y'all know I bet money on Ryan Garcia, so I didn't think that Devin Haney would beat Ryan Garcia, but I didn't think it was because the reason why I didn't think he was beat him is because I thought that Ryan Garcia was one of the younger guys, or a guy that's a strong guy just like him, a big guy just like him. You know what I'm saying? Fast guy, if not faster, stronger if not stronger. But I can't neglect that Ryan Garcia, even win or lose, that's not the best person that Devin Haney faced. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, he's going to bring different.
No.
Okay. So
dog. Let me hold on. I'm gonna explain it to you. It's not it's the way he fought, and there was no adjustments, and that was the problem. And so that's why we're saying. That's why we said the training aspect of it, the coaching aspect of it.
We're talking about adjustments. He got hit so quick, though. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean, like adjust? He got hit by a guy on steroids, and it happened quick. What adjustments?
And every other round, like you cannot tell me there was no adjustment when every other round that he was to knock down, he won
those rounds, right? Yeah, he won more rounds than Ryan Garcia. Like I score. It's just those knockdowns. He got knocked down 3 times.
You just can't be can't walk into a left hook and then get caught with the straight right. You just can't keep doing that.
I can't fight you on that one. Now that's a good point. I mean, I can't fight that point.
I think we saw the proof that Bill had taken him as far. Even though it was a win for him, in the Loma fight, when he went back to the corner and was saying,
"That's true,"
he knows what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. They had no answers for him.
That's true.
They had no answers for him. He just happened to come out with the decision in that, and that was a close fight.
That was a close fight. I had Loma winning. I had Loma winning.
I did have Haney up 1.
I had Loma winning
after I watched it. I had Loma winning when I had Loma winning night of, and then whenever I rewatched it a couple of times, I said, okay, yeah, I can see where Haney won that fight.
Yeah, I thought it was a close fight. Could have went either way. It's like Bivol and Beterbiev won. I had Bivol winning, but I'm not mad that Beterbiev won because I had a couple swing rounds. Could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? I scored it 7-5 initially for Loma, but I had a couple swing rounds. If you give those swing rounds to Devin, then Devin won. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it wasn't a close fight. It's definitely a close fight. But I just want to. Okay, so what you just said, Tech, was completely accurate. You and Big Dog Willie. But my counter would be like, we've seen fighters and good trainers not have an answer for somebody too. And it wasn't like, I mean, according to popular consensus, Lomachenko was a Hall of Famer. So if you ain't gonna have an answer for somebody, I think it would be a Hall of Famer. You know, I just can't really say, okay, Bill is the bad trainer because he didn't have answers for Lomachenko. And he ended up winning that fight anyway. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how much of it is, I'm not a big Bill Haney fan. I think y'all know that, but I still don't want to be hypercritical of him because we know that he's a father. We know he be talking shit. We know he be loud and whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
No, all the credit in the world to him. He got his son to a world championship level.
Okay.
But to sustain world champion status, that's whenever you got to go, okay. They're going to get a recipe against us. Eventually, there's going to be a recipe.
Yes.
That's why we got to throw in a new spice. Throw in something else. Throw in some cheese.
What if it's not the trainer, it's the fighter?
Right, and not even that, Ty.
Because all the father trainers, Bill's the only one that actually goes and gets the outside sources.
Right.
If I don't have the knowledge, I'm gonna go link up with this guy, and this guy to train my son. That's not the case you see with the other guys we talk about as the father trainers. Sometimes it's not the trainer. You gotta look at the fighter. Why they're not receiving the information.
Yeah, I agree, and that's what I'm saying about the Loma fight. Is look, even if you don't have the right answer, you gotta say something. You gotta try something.
I agree with that.
You gotta try something different.
But let me ask you this:
whenever he's asking you, because that's your job, he's coming to you and he's going, okay, I'm doing everything the game plan to a T right now, and it's not working.
Right.
What wrinkle are we going to throw in here? We got to throw in a wrinkle.
I understand that, but okay, so for thought provocation purposes right here, is Eddie Reynoso a great trainer? I think the answer is yes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I said lately, not so much.
Okay, so give me a great trainer, then I'll use another example then. I think he's a great trainer. Bomac. Okay, huh?
Current?
Yeah,
current trainer?
Yeah.
Oh, current?
Robert Garcia.
Okay, Robert Garcia is a great trainer, right? Did Ryo make any fucking adjustments against Gary Anton Russell?
Nope.
Okay, then. We not killing Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia, Jose Ryo Valenzuela ain't make no adjustment against Gary Anton Russell. And I was going to use another example. I was going to say Canelo and Bivol. Canelo ain't make no adjustments against Bivol. Bivol ain't let him. So we're not killing Reynoso. We're not killing Robert Garcia.
Yeah,
we're not killing what's the guy that just that had the draw with that Tank had a draw. I know that's not his real. That's not a good example because it's not his real trainer. Barry
that was
Hunter.
A good example of what Ty was talking about. Robert Garcia was telling him different stuff.
Okay, good point.
Ryo wasn't doing it in the ring.
That's a good rebuttal.
Ryo wasn't listening. So it's got to be a two-way street. Ty's right about that. The fighter has to listen and implement the wrinkles. So I think there's a difference in coming up with the wrinkle or coming up with the wrong wrinkle. Or coming up with the wrong stuff and not answering it, and not having an answer at all. Yeah,
or not having it.
Nothing. Just looking at it going, I don't know, man.
I don't think that was the case with.
I don't think it was the case with Loma. Yeah, I don't, man. I just
with the Loma fight.
Yeah, I don't think it was that case.
Clear, concise instructions. The thing was, the fighter didn't believe in the game plan at some point. Going to the body is what kind of wanted him to fight.
You got to have that ultimate.
Listen to.
Yeah.
You got to have that ultimate trust, and sometimes I think that's what it is too. Is it's a trust issue. It's for the fighter. They don't trust that they can do what they're being asked to do.
Do y'all think Bozian is a good trainer?
Oh, that's a good one. Look at Karen. Yes, yes. I think Bozian is a good trainer. But no, I think. Well, let me let Oscar say. I think I know where he's going. But go ahead, Oscar. Yes, I think. Yes, I think he's a good trainer. No, you got it, bro. Go ahead.
So on that Karen fight, did y'all watch the Karen fight?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on Bozian on that night?
Bozie didn't have nothing for him.
Right. But he's
Bozie
still a good
kept
trainer.
saying, "Go in there, and knock his ass out. Go in there, and knock his ass out. Get him out of there, knock his ass out."
Facts. But
punch him hard.
But I wouldn't say he's a bad trader. Like I think sometimes. Well, I mean, no. Okay, so first off, you're right because that's what the trader's supposed to do. He's like the coach, right? The coach's supposed to have answers. But sometimes, hey man, that other team just on your ass tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just is what it is, bro. It's like it's just boxing is different because it's one night every 12 months or 2 nights every 12 months. But I do think that, man, sometimes, hey, that other person just, hey, they just got you tonight.
Let me ask you this: do you think any of these guys come in with game plan A and game? Do you think they like?
Yes.
And when we're talking about team sports, have you seen an NFL playbook?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Why do you only have one game plan?
Yeah, you should not have one game
Something
plan.
I could give insight on. Yes, there's
Yeah,
an A
please
plan.
do.
There-
I've
there's
always
a B
wondered that.
plan.
Yeah, I think there
Certain
is.
fights, at some point, your trainer's going to tell you, yo,
You
at
got
this
to
point,
get
we
it
got to
done.
dog it out.
You feel me? You just
gotta
got to
get
get it
him up out
done. Yep, you just got to
But
get it done.
like Karen, he was hurt. He was that fight. The problem wasn't Karen getting hurt. The problem was that Boots didn't have an answer for the clinch.
And you
He
know,
didn't know how to find out the clinch. He don't know, or he didn't know that night.
at that night, right. But you know,
yeah, go ahead.
no, my bad. I got excited. Go ahead. Finish your thought, Oscar. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No,
Oh,
I'm done.
I was gonna reference something that Big
Okay,
Dog Willie said. In regards, I don't know if
Oh.
when you joined the stream this morning, right? I could be mixing up days.
No. I was trying to, but
Okay.
you got off. No,
My
I didn't
fault,
join
bro.
it. I
Okay.
think you might be talking about yesterday, maybe.
Okay, maybe it was yesterday. Then we were talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be misquoting you too. It could be somebody else, but I believe it was you. We were talking about the Boots and Stadionis fight, and somebody said
No, that wasn't me.
that was you.
wasn't me.
Okay. Well, I was talking about the Boots Stadionis fight, and I was like saying that Boots has the skills, but I think it's going to be a fight. And I thought it was you or somebody else agreed with me. It's like, yeah, it's going to be a fight, and if it's a fight, that's why I think that Stadionis has a good chance. Not that he's going to win. I got Boots winning, whether it's a fight or it's a skill. I think I think Boots has the ability to make it easy. But I don't think it's going to be easy. 'Cause I think he's going to want to fight, and I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a dog fight. And I'm saying sometimes, I don't remember who was agreeing with me with that, though, but I think sometimes you just have to dog it out, like Ty just said. Man, sometimes you just got to go be the bigger dog, man. Sometimes it's just a fight, man. You got to outman the other person, man. So that's just my opinion on it. But go ahead, Big Dog Willie. I don't think it's always appropriate to knock the coaches.
I don't want to say what Ty's correctly is a lot of time is the fighter, but I think in the fight with Ryan and Devin, I don't say this.
Mhm.
Ryan is he's not like a complex fighter.
No, he's
You
not.
know what he's going to do.
Facts. I agree
And
with that,
so,
though.
and so I think that when you knew that he had that left hook,
Yep.
and if he misses the left hook, he's gonna come with that straight right. That's his bread and butter. That's the only thing he does.
That left hook fast now,
There's
though.
nothing else.
That left hook fast, though, Willie. Come on now.
Well, that
With
left
that
hook is
fight-
fast.
Come on now.
It's fast. But it's not like Joe Frazier's gonna set it up. It just comes. It's like
you're
But that-
absolutely right about that. But the problem with that
so-
fight is they made it too personal.
Yes,
They,
that's the part
they
I
didn't
think.
work to Devin's advantages.
Yes.
They thought they was going to step to this man and beat him.
Yes. I thought it was too emotional.
and
They were
that's why
too
I said
emotional.
coaching. That's why
I
I said
agree.
coaching was an issue in that fight because
Okay. That's fair.
there's no way he should have lost. There's no way. There's no way he kept on shooting, beginning here with them left hooks like that. And maybe he was concussed after that first round. Maybe he
That's
was
what I'm
messed up in the
saying,
head
bro.
after that first
I
round.
don't think y'all remember how fast that thing happened, bro. That thing happened fast. It was
Yeah.
quick. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Pitbull. It's like Cepeda. It's like, yeah, you know what they're gonna do. You know what they're gonna come in and
That's
do.
a good
You
point.
Stop them from doing it.
I like that. That's a good
Like
point.
Pitbull, like we all know Pitbull is gonna lose to 1-2. Can you do it with that pressure and him swinging them fucking hooks?
I got a question for y'all.
What's that?
I understand some of us on here is killing Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would be the same thing if it was Yoel Judah in that corner. But what happens if your fighter tells you, yo, this is what I want to do? You're the trainer. You're technically an employee to him.
True
You gotta know
bill.
about what your client tells you. You might have some better ideas, but at the end of the day, it's the fighter that still gotta go out there and apply that shit.
I know. I got this. You gotta do what Chris Eubank said.
What he said?
You know what he said?
What he said, bro? Talk
He
to
was
him.
like, I can't train somebody that don't listen.
And that's throwback trainers, man. You think for once Customato said, "What do you want to do?" They
Yeah.
didn't say that. They
You're
didn't
right.
ask you a damn thing back then. Your job is to execute the game plan I give you.
Yep. Hey, where are my
Because-
football heads
because
at, man?
I'm assessing your skills That's my job. My job is to assess your skills,
Yep.
accentuate your strengths, and
Yep.
decrease your weaknesses.
Yep. Your which one of y'all watch football? I stopped watching football, but remember the dude? He was a head coach for the Bengals, I believe. He's a former player as well. Was it Mike Singletary? It might have been San Francisco 49ers. He was like, can't win with him. Can't play with him.
Oh, Mike Singletary. That was Mike Singletary. Yeah.
That's how the old trainers and coaches be. Yeah. Can't play with him. Who was he talking about? Like Vernon Davis or somebody, right?
Vernon Davis.
Yeah.
Vernon Davis. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
He said he want winners. He want winners.
Yep.
That's what he said. He kept on saying, I want winners. I don't want no. Yeah.
Yeah. He said, hey, man, you got to be coachable, man. You got can't win with him. Can't do it. Won't do it.
No, I guess what I'm saying, I'm giving Devin more. Like I think Devin is better than what he showed that night, and that's why
I agree.
That's why I say that Bill needs to. I hate to say it about somebody's dad, but I just think Bill needs to step down.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm
not mad at that.
Or just step aside.
I just
step
disagree.
aside. Take the two.
Step aside. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that he can't be in there, and Devin, and that's why I disagree with Ty. He said he doesn't listen. I'm just like, dude, he gonna listen to his dad more than anybody else.
I didn't say he didn't listen. He went in there with a certain mindset. Once that boy mentioned his mom and said he didn't have one, that changed the
He ain't got no mama?
the whole psychological aspect of that fight for them.
That's tough.
It wasn't about me coming in here doing what I normally do.
He was definitely in Devin's head. Yeah,
Yep.
he was definitely in
he
Devin's
was.
head. He was in everybody's head. He was in the sport of boxing's heads. We all were going, what the hell?
Right. When he was like, remember, I always reference this point when they were at the a sit down, both of them. It was like a joint interview. I don't remember where it was at, but he was. Yes, he was singing and beatboxing, and Devin was like, I don't even think he's focused. Like, and that annoyed me with Devin because I was like, bro, why do you care? I don't care if this dude is drunk. He could be drunk, high, hungry. I don't care, bro. Like, I'm focused on me. I'm trying to be the best version of me. If you're not locked in, that's better for me. I'm finna fold you up. I feel like he kept saying that, he's not taking it seriously. And like you said, that was a mind game. So shout out to Ryan for that, But I thought he was too concerned about. Yeah, I think he was too concerned about the mind state of the state of mind of Ryan Garcia. Who cares, bro? Once you sign on that, I don't care if you guys dang stuck on stupid. We about to fight, and I'm about to beat your head in. Shout out to my boy Tufo in the building, big member in the building. What's good, brethren? Big GTD chains in the chat, man. And speaking of GTD, that's one thing I will say. I know hair grease, big dog hair grease Willie for the be on my head top, but I do think with Ryan Garcia too. I think that we underestimate, and I'm not a big Ryan Garcia fan right now, especially, but I do have to say that I think we underestimate the skills that Gervonta demonstrated to get away from me and evade those left hooks. And I'm no disrespect to Devin. I don't think that Devin has to fight this way to beat Ryan, but I don't think it's that easy to avoid those left hooks anyway. That's why I kept saying those things come out fast. Like, I think that Devin could fight a whole different game plan and still nullify his left hooks without evading them. But I think that he was just trying to, like Ty said, he was just trying to, it was emotional. It was an emotionally driven fight. Yeah, so I think that, man, those left hooks, they come fast, man. And
I got a question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Who has faster hand speed at that weight at the weight classes that when was the last time we saw hand speed like that?
Yeah.
And it's one thing to see it.
Hand speed with power.
Yeah, like that.
Or just hand speed in general.
That's a good question. Because Amir Khan, you're thinking of?
He has the power too.
Amir Khan faster than Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, I'll say.
But with power at Manny Pacquiao, that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say Ryan got it.
It's been Pacquiao and Khan, since Pacquiao and Khan that we've seen that kind of hand speed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different in the ring to see that hand speed than it is to watch him hit the bag or whatever, or do the bag and do all the little. Oh, I'm so fast. Look at how. Yeah, you look really fast but in the ring.
Come on now, and with the Austrian too. Come on, man. He boosted up by 2.5% now. With that Austrian, I'm joking.
I'm not taking away from that. I'm not taking away from that left hook. It's like what's the name? Joe Frazier's gazelle hook. It comes from way out of nowhere, but it's connecting.
Gazelle punch. Hey, that Hajime no Ippo.
He knows how to throw it really short too.
Yeah,
he throws it really short.
Yeah.
And, I mean, when he throws those short, tight ones, those are the ones where I'm like, I didn't even see him hit him. What happened?
Yep.
Because it's so.
I'm not. I'm not taking away from that dude's hand speed. That dude punches hard and he has some fast ass hands.
And he's
But I'm
big.
just saying but what's coming from Devin's situation is
Right.
you just can't go into a fight
Right.
and just be chilling like that.
Yeah, I got you.
He didn't put his hands up.
Nope.
His jaw was exposed all the time.
You're right about that.
Knowing he got that quick ass hand.
Yeah,
quick ass hands.
I can't refute that. Let me hit the chat real quick. Tufo says, I wouldn't say step aside, excuse me, but get some coaching lessons and have an experienced coach as an assistant if he wants to be the main coach in his son corner. Okay, I mean that's reasonable.
I'd be great with that too.
Yeah. MAW says, if a fighter want to try something, trainers should be able to see if it's good or bad. That's true. And why, and explain to the fighter. If the fighter still want to try it, get caught, well, that's on the fighter.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not mad at anybody what's it, advocating for what's the name to step aside, the dad, Bill Haney. But I just think, I just want to add a little context to it from my perspective, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, he took him to the top of the world.
Right.
You don't get no better than undisputed.
Right. Yeah. The youngest, you know what I'm saying? The youngest male.
We're talking about
Barbell era.
sustainability over a period of time.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and this I agree with all you guys' opinions on this. I'm not, like I said, nobody's better than the other. 'Cause I think we're all making great points.
Facts.
I just think that because I mean you can't deny his dad did take him up
Come
to
on now.
the pinnacle of the success.
Come on now.
We can't deny that.
Youngest ever, undisputed 4-belt era. Come on
Longest,
now.
yeah. But
Man.
but we see that when you get upper in competition and fighters just come just as big as you are, there's other wrinkles. You just can't sit there and rely on what you did at 135 to take you up to 147.
Okay, so let me ask you
what
this
I want
now.
to see is wrinkles.
That's
it.
Okay, so let me ask you this now. What if he comes out and looks great against Jose Rayo Valenzuela? I mean, sorry, Jose Carlos Ramirez. Yeah.
Okay, look great. How is he going to look great the way he looked great doing making the same mistakes? Because it may be just that guy can't capitalize on the same mistakes being made. I think it's going to depend. Like I said, I just want to see just throw in one wrinkle. Show me one thing new. Even if that's just holding the phone when you throw that jab, that would solve so many issues. If he have that glove up there by his ear instead of down below his chin, or sometimes it's all the way down to his pecs, man. It's way down there.
No.
And I don't care how good you are, you're not getting that hand up there with somebody that's got decent hand speed.
See, this is my thing though.
Clipped.
I do agree with that, but I don't think I don't think Ramirez is the right person to have that.
Oh
to
no,
make
I got
that assessment.
I got Dev outboxing him for sure.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm talking about the capitalization part. Like, he's a former Olympian. If his flaws are that big, or like we said, then Ramirez should be capable of capitalizing on it. Is what I'm saying. So I think that. That's what I think that if he does do good, come on, man. Who has he lost to? I mean, he lost to Barbosa and Josh Taylor when Josh Taylor was good.
No, we're talking about how old is he?
That's a good question. He might be like 32, 33, something like that. I'm not sure. I'll look it up.
I mean, Devin, 26, 25 years old, 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're
might be younger.
Devin, yeah. I mean, that Brian and Devin are the same age.
No, yeah.
So
right.
I mean,
he's 32. Yeah, I was right. He's 32. Ramirez.
Yeah, and he's an old 32.
All right, let me ask you.
He's an old 32. He's not a young 32.
I don't know, man. I think he's a good. Maybe I'm high on him, but I always thought he was a good fighter. I think if Devin beats him, man, I think it's a great win. I think he answers all my questions.
Oh yeah, it's a good
no matter
win,
how.
for sure.
I was gonna say, I want to ask you this: who's the tougher fight, Ramirez or Romero?
Who?
You asking all of us? You asking me? I think Ramirez is a better.
Ramirez, hands down. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
Rolly, the one in the same card.
Talking about Rollies.
Yeah.
Rolly. Oh, you asking who's a better fighter? I think you said Romero was a better fighter than Ramirez.
Yes, who's a tougher fight?
Okay.
Rolly is the least skilled fighter on that card. Sorry.
Hey, hold on, Ted. Don't do rollies like that. Hold on now. Don't do my boy Rolly like that.
Okay,
man.
would you saying that? You're asking him to show your wrinkles against an Olympian, against a guy who's been a champion, against a guy that was moving up because he had to move up because he couldn't fit the weight. So he's gonna be better acclimated at 147.
147, right?
Or whatever the catchweight is.
Yeah, the catchweight, yeah, 144 or something like that, something stupid like
Devin
that.
might look worse and still beat Ramirez, but we gonna doubt him because he's a tougher fight.
Yeah, facts. I think so.
No, I say a win against him is a win. Is a good win.
No, it's
no
a
matter
good
how.
fight,
No matter
yeah.
how. No matter how. If Devin wins, that's a damn good win. I don't care if it's a split decision. That's a damn good win.
But
Because you can look good. You can look good and win a split decision. It just means that other guy looked really good too during the fight. It was a great fight.
Right.
No, what I'm saying is like you're saying, show me. You want to see wrinkles, right, to his game. What if he's not able to?
Well, I got news for you. If you're not able to at least hold the phone when you're throwing that jab, you better look out. You better look out because you could go to sleep. The recipe. That's what I'm saying.
It could be the same thing.
But I know, I understand the Austrian thing, but we've seen it work in the ring, regardless of the outside things that they're Austrian. We've seen it work in the ring against him. Now, all I'm telling you is, everyone is going to try that now. Everyone is going to be looking for that check left hook if they're not completely stupid.
Yeah, but I don't know.
They're going to eat that jab
exactly. So is Ramirez.
that
That's
they
my
can catch
point.
him with the check
Right.
hook.
So Ramirez is going to look for it. So if he's able to withstand it, then I think that he answered my question, which is my point. Like that's why I said. Remember, I brought him up because you were like, you said something about is he in there with somebody who can capitalize? I think Ramirez can capitalize on. If he's not keeping his hand up, I definitely think Ramirez is good enough to capitalize on that. You know what I'm saying? Is he as strong as Ryan? No, he's not as strong. Is he as fast as Ryan? No, but I think he's a better boxer.
But you can time that. Like here's what I'm saying. With that flaw, if you're willing to eat a jab to throw a left hook, I'd eat a jab every time if I got a chance at landing a timed left hook. I'll eat that jab every time.
Yeah,
to clip you on your chin with that left hook.
Yeah, like I said, I think that was just a familiarity thing with him and Ryan, with Devin and Ryan.
But the recipe is what I'm talking about.
I don't think that recipe is there.
That shit was open like 7-Eleven, man.
But that's one time though. But that's one time, bro. Like you. So let me ask you something. So you think Ryan was the first person to throw a left hook at Devin Haney?
It happened before,
bro. Stop. Yes, but he won. But he won though. He won though. We seen Linares hit him flush. We seen Lomachenko hit him flush a couple times. Because that's why I picked Ryan, because I was like, man, you know, when Devin Haney gets hit, he gets hit flush. So I agree with you there. But let's not act like, oh, this has happened before to the point where he's been even close to losing. Devin Haney usually
you're living on borrowed time when you have a flaw like that. You're living on borrowed time.
I don't know about that, Tech.
Weapon. That's Ryan's main weapon, that left hook. So
right.
You have to protect against that.
Right, and
like
he couldn't. Right.
Before.
Right. I agree with that, and he couldn't. But we already agreed that Ryan's not the most skilled guy that he's fought. Like sometimes you just have somebody's number or styles to make fights or whatever. But I can't make it seem like, oh, Devin Haney is just some incapable fighter now because he lost to, or he looked bad against guy. I'm not gonna say a loss because it was no contest, but he didn't perform well against a guy that was cheating. Like, come on,
No. My thing, nobody said Devin is incapable of doing it. I'm saying Devin needs coaching to fix that. But that's the only thing I'm saying. I think Devin can stop that. I think Devin can beat Ryan 8-4, 9-3.
I think so too.
But if you can't stop a fucking left hook, and you know it's going to come, then that's coaching.
But we seen it one time though.
Devin don't want to take care of it.
So okay, but see, you're subscribing to, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you're subscribing that he can't stop a left hook because he got caught by a left hook against one person.
Yeah.
I'm not subscribing to that. I don't care. Like if it happens again now, then I will say, okay, bet you're right. But I'm not going off of one performance, but no, I'm not. No, hell no.
No. What I'm saying is that he has to. That's one thing that he has to fix. That's that one thing that he can fix that.
I'm not sure I mean, of course he has to fix it, yes, because he's going against Ryan Garcia, who has a dominant left hook. But I can't say that he's. I don't know. I have to see it, man. I just don't. I don't think
Haney's best punch. Would you say it's his jab?
I
think that's his best punch.
I would say his jab.
Okay, so your best weapon is also your biggest detriment for your defense, because your hand is always down. Now it's not always too low, but it's always just low enough to where you can. The opportunity is there.
Yes. Okay.
And that's
so
what I'm saying.
I agree with you, Tech. I agree. Go ahead.
You got to sure up that hand a little bit, and then that jab with that hand. I mean, he's much more unbeatable then.
Okay.
He's still a hell of an elite fighter.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Right.
But when you get it, I hate to use the word freaking exposed, but when
we can say like he got exposed.
When you're exposed like that in that manner, let's say it happened. Let's say the Austrian thing didn't happen, okay? And let's just take that you're still getting hit with those. Now, let's say the knockdowns didn't happen, but you're still getting hit flush with those all the time. We'll agree that the Austrian might have gave him that little bit more power, that little bit more oomph to put him down all those times and to hurt him like that.
Yes.
But you can't keep getting caught with the same shot while using your best weapon.
But see, that's the thing, though. Okay, see what you just. His best weapon is the jab. How do we know that's his best weapon? Why do we think that? Because we've seen it so much time.
He's a jab first fighter.
Exactly.
He's a jab.
Right.
He's a jab first fighter.
Right.
Everything comes off the jab.
Right. But so we've seen it one time, and we've seen one guy capitalize off it. How many fights does Devin Haney have? He's the youngest undisputed male fighter in the 4-belt era. He has plenty of fights where he used his jab plenty of times, and nobody capitalized to the point where, like Ryan Garcia did. And Ryan Garcia was on PEDs. Come on, man.
Not for a win. No. Nobody's done that for a win.
What you mean? Nobody's done that for a win. What you mean?
Nobody's been able to.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Like
I got you.
yeah,
I got you. Okay.
But we have seen that same flaw, and like I said, it's only a matter of time before somebody notices something like that, and they game plan for it. And until you can change man. Everybody's gonna be blowing up your dress. That.
Ryan Garcia did not game plan for Devin. Stop it. He always throws the left hook. He just couldn't hit Tank, and he hit Devin Haney. Stop it. Come on, man. What are we doing, Tech?
And that's where it goes back to Devin. You know it's coming.
Right, but sometimes it's just a style matchup, bro. You can know something's coming up. Can you stop it?
Well,
you know what Eastside Pitbull
I'm not saying
do.
Ryan game plan for that, but now people are going to.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's my point right there. So we're saying that nobody else game planned to throw a left hook at Devin. Come on, dog. What are we doing?
No. But what I'm saying is, it's been there before.
Right.
I saw it years ago.
Right.
It just hadn't been capitalized until the Austrian thing happened, in the manner in that kind of way.
Right.
Where it was like,
and that's what for him to run into a southpaw.
True.
And he did that already.
True. But see, and that's the angle. What you just said right there, Tech, is where I think that we have. It is okay, you know. So we just have a little disagreement, me, you, and Big Dog Willie, and Ty and Oscar. I think that I feel like I'm not comfortable with saying, me personally, I'm not comfortable with saying that, okay, this is a big problem until I see it again. Now, if Jose Carlos Ramirez does it, then bet. Hey, Tech, I was wrong. Big Dog Willie, my bad, brother, y'all were right. But until it happens again and it's under fair circumstances, I'm not comfortable with saying, it's just I got to see it again, bro. I don't know if it's a problem with Devin Haney yet.
I'm just saying
that
I noticed this a long time ago.
I agree.
The bow and arrow thing.
Yep.
And eventually it's going to catch up to you. Everybody's bad habits do. That's why there's only been one man retire undefeated besides,
the recent era. Recently, I got you. Yeah.
Because nobody ever found that thing that you could rely on to or that you could go to that was an apparent flaw in Floyd's game where it was so bad that you could capitalize on it for a win.
Right.
I'm not saying Devin may go run through this division. Who knows?
No, I don't think so. I think 147.
But when I'm looking at it, I'm saying, man, if I'm training a fighter, I'm saying, look, we're gonna eat jabs to throw the left hook until and then we'll go to our whatever game plan afterwards. If he starts holding it, or he starts blocking them or moving out of the way until I see him. Because let's put it this way: the only time I've seen Devin Haney dominated, it was with that recipe. So until I see
that recipe included what?
Devin,
you feel me?
That check left hook when he's throwing the jab.
Yeah, I mean
the check left hook when he's throwing the jab.
Yeah.
If you're willing to eat a jab,
the Jack Canma, he was on the Jack Canma diet. All them peels.
Hey, give me a quick second. Let me hit this. Let me hit the chat. MAW, shout out to you, man. Dropping that hello yellow on the fellow, man, with that super chat, man. Graffiti on the chat walls. He said, my small contribution to the appreciation fund. Nah, man, it's a big contribution, man. My small contribution to the appreciation fund. Subscribe, share, and smash that like button, folks. Yes, talk to him, man. My boy dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, damn, big dog low. No, big dog, that's fine, man. No, come back.
Yo, Tufo said Abdullah last two opponents came in fights thinking the same thing. We see what happened to him. Yeah, like I said, I do agree, because I know it's gonna sound like I'm straddling the fence, because of course I put money on Ryan Garcia, and I've said that if they fight again, I think Ryan Garcia will win again. But I don't want to over exaggerate. So I do agree with them, but I don't agree with them at the same time. I do, but I don't. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Well, because we have to see it.
Right. That's my thing right there. We have to see it, man. I don't want to.
But if you're asking me what my concerns are about either one of them, I'll tell you that's my concern for Devin and for Ryan. It's you don't have the boxing skills if you're not catching him with that left hook. Haney boxes his ears off.
Yeah.
Straight up, that's whenever you're going to get that 8-4, 9-3 fight.
But you see what you just said.
If he can't have that left hook,
right? But what you just said though, like Haney boxes his ears off. But then we also acknowledge that he didn't, quote unquote, come in with the right game plan. So who's to say that he can't still box his ear off, even if Ryan Garcia was on the Austrian, everything was the same. What if the only thing that needed to change was Devin Haney's mentality going into the fight? What if that's it?
That could very well be it. But I need to see. Yeah, you're right. We got to see it play out.
Yeah, we got to see it.
Because I think I got news for you. Ryan's going to have the same. Ryan's going to do the same shit he did in the first fight.
He better. He
better.
He better try.
Have to make him do something different.
Facts. He better try.
You're going to have to make him do something different.
Yeah. Why would you deviate from something that works? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that 1000%. He should definitely try to do the same thing he did the first fight.
So yeah, man. I don't know. I think that sparring footage had me really concerned that I saw last week, where I was like, oh shit.
3-3 in the amateurs.
And not necessarily for the Ramirez fight, but it's like we've already seen what that jab with that hand down.
Oh, you talking about the recent? Okay, I got you. My bad. I thought you talking about. I don't know why I heard amateurs. I thought you were talking about the 3-3 in the amateurs. My bad. You talking about the recent sparring footage that Devin Haney had?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
And it was down at his chest when he throws that jab, and even a lot of times he'll lean over. So not only are you holding your hand down here, but you're leaning into the left hook.
Talk to him.
But the next one, it's not Ryan.
Say that again, Oscar.
The next opponent is not Ryan.
Yeah, that's how Jose Carlos Ramirez. Yo, Cito, what's good, man? Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Appreciate it, my brother. He said, what is Forrest Gump's password? 1 Forrest 1. Okay, that was a good one. I like that one. What is Forrest Gump's password? 1 Forrest 1. Okay, that's a good one. Devin may be the next Joe Calzaghe. That's crazy. Ward interview shed light on Calzaghe's tough disagree. Yeah, I saw that. I was actually just watching the Andre Ward and Lamont Roach interview just now before stream started. Just like saying Rolly chin leaves him vulnerable. Not everybody can capitalize on his chin. Yeah, only certain power punchers can. And yeah, B-Dog says Ryan might stop him this time. Yeah, he might. He might joke about it a lot, but Haney probably could be truly in the next Joe Calzaghe. I don't know about that.
Rolly's problem with his chin is it's up in the air like he's got a damn nosebleed when he backs out. You don't have to have, whenever your chin is that exposed, you don't have to have a whole lot of power. You just got to clip them right. Because there's nothing there but chin.
Chinny chin chin. Yo, Cito, what's good, bro? I didn't see you back there, man. What's popping?
What's going on, gentlemen? How are you guys?
Oh, man, nothing much,
Doing
man.
well?
I'm
What's
doing
up,
good.
Cito?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking, man. How about yourself?
Nothing, man. Just wanted to come back just like old times.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
back, man. I'm back to driving again. Took
Yes,
some time
sir.
off to just kind of relaxing, but I'm back in the Midwest, man.
Hey.
I left my beloved state of New Mexico to come back out here again. What's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Good to have you back, man. Good to have you. Where Big Dog
yeah,
Willie at, man? Big Dog Willie, you still there? I know he left the chat, but hopefully he's still on the stream. But
Yeah, I saw you guys were talking about Devin Haney and
oh Lord,
Ryan Garcia.
Oh Lord, go ahead, talk to us, Cito. What you think, bro?
Oh, no, I got nothing, man. I actually, like I said, I'm not a big fan. I've never been a big fan of Ryan Garcia as far as him using PEDs. Never been a big fan of that kid, man. I think that kid got his mind warped out of his head after he left the Canelo camp, claiming that it was anxiety when he went, basically trainer hopping. You know what I mean? He had to kind of hit a wall, and then he finally got himself together. God bless him. You know what I mean? I'm proud of the kid that he's more playing the sober life, and he got himself away from certain things. But I mean, I still feel that he lacks a little bit of discipline, and the people that he surrounds himself with, man, I'm just hoping that he doesn't fall back into that old habit. You know what I mean? And as far as Devin Haney, I mean, I still think he's a hell of a fighter. I mean, do I question his chin a little bit? Yeah, but anybody can have that in the sport of any combat sport. And I'm pretty sure he'll bounce back. And if they train right, man, make the best man win. That's all I got to say about it. I'm not going to side with anyone.
Ain't nothing wrong with side. Hey, man, talk your stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with it either way. I was just messing. Whether you're Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney.
I'm just giving my 2 cents. I can care less about the two fighters, but you know what I mean. If I just want them to have a clean fight, no PEDs.
That's what I
want. May the best man win. May the best man win, and whoever loses. Takes a W. That's it.
Hey, yeah, I think Ryan Garcia is gonna win the second fight, but at the same time, I mean, I'm as excited to see. Not really excited. I'm as interested in seeing Devin Haney and Ryan. I'm as interested in seeing how Ryan Garcia performs against Rolly as I am interested in seeing how Devin performs against Ramirez. So I do want to see.
Rolly. Everybody cracks on him, but Rolly still got his power, man. He's still a young kid. You know what I mean? Man. I mean, do I question, his mind frame a little bit? Yeah, but again, who hasn't taken too many blows to the skull that you question that one?
Yeah, and then what's the name is Coach Bullet saying, "Hey man, don't box Rolly. I mean, don't box Ryan. Just turn it into a fight and get him out of there." That's what his coach said. His former coach, sorry, Coach Bullet.
Oh, God bless him. He knows his fighter inside out. Maybe he's onto something.
Maybe, but I don't know. We'll see.
I think that's his best chance for sure.
Yeah,
is to jump on him quick, catch him early. I think that's his best chance by far, because the way we say Ryan's definitely not, in the upper echelon of skills. I mean, if the best thing you could say is Rolly, if he catches you, you're going to have issues. That's saying something, because you got to have Rolly's fun. When I look at fundamentals in boxing, I don't, man, it's hard to find anything he does fundamentally sound besides throw that power shot. Yeah. He is all over the place with his skill set and style. It's just, I don't know. He goes from he can look dominant, and then he can just look so lost in that ring, like he doesn't know what the hell's going on or what he should do. I think he has he's got the puncher's chance. I don't think. I think the later the fight goes, the advantage is to Ryan for sure.
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
That's true,
because Rolly's an unorthodox fighter in that sense. He doesn't have he can either try to box you a little bit, but then he gets sloppy and just tries to brawl. And he gets and that's where he's gotten caught a couple times in the past. He starts to try to go in there trying to use size and use power. I mean, look at how Tank got him.
Let me hit up this chat. Pugilism says Ronnie Shields would be a great trainer for Haney and let Bill watch from the sidelines. My boy Tufo says my brain telling me Ryan gonna whoop him in a rematch, but I want Devin to knock the Mario coins out. Knock the Mario coins out the man round after round and knock him out the last 10 seconds of the fight. Me too.
I want that too.
Yeah,
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm going with
I am rooting for Dev though.
Definitely going with Ryan on this. Like I said, I want to see what he looks like, and I want to see how he looks against Rolly, man. And if he looks
Ronnie Shields would be great for Haney too. Ronnie Shields would be a perfect trainer.
I think Ronnie Shields ain't too many people that Ronnie Shields wouldn't be good for, man.
I
definitely agree with you though. I think he would be good for Devin.
Hey, gentlemen, I'm gonna definitely get rolling up out of here. I got to take this pre-trip before I get out of here. But hey, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Recommend you to play a game. There's a game called Quiet Tennis. It's the same thing and the same rules as the original game, minus the racket.
Okay, yeah, drive safety, bro. Go ahead, get out, bro. Yeah, go ahead, go. Yeah, we gonna talk. We gonna toss Cito up out of here, man. Go ahead.
You know what, man? And you know what, man? Honestly, I used to hate facial hair. Obviously, I had a beard, but then it grew on me.
Okay, yeah, we gonna get you up out of here. Yeah, go ahead, man. Please, someone do the honors, man.
God bless you all, man.
All right,
You
Cito,
too.
God bless,
Later.
bro. Appreciate you pulling up, man. My God, shout out to Cito, man. Oh, boy has all the dad jokes. He has a dad jokes playbook 101. Yes, sir.
I'm
man.
telling you. I'm telling you.
That one Forrest one was pretty good though. Forrest Gump's Pastor. I like that one. But yeah, man, I think that I think it's a good conversation. Like I just got Ryan, but like I said, I hope I'm wrong.
It's fun to talk about, man. It's just so fun to take all the angles in and
absolutely
get all the different opinions and
absolutely.
I've changed my mind quite a bit about some fighters that I've seen people point stuff out about them in here, and it's just a good talk, man.
Absolutely,
it's a good talk.
man. We got another good fight coming up too, man. I have to check out the undercard. I know Ray Ford's on there. I can't remember who he's fighting, but we got the Jerome Boots in this Mantis Stanionis unification, man. 3 belts.
I can't wait. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to give my 2 cents on
2
the
belts
Boots.
in the Ring magazine.
Man, it's gonna be that reach for Boots is gonna give him problems with that reach.
I'm telling you, bro, that reach advantage. Yep.
That's not good for especially for somebody that moves the way Stanionis moves.
Yep.
I think we're gonna see him get reset and reset and reset with the jab and the 1-2s early in that fight. I'm excited for that fight though, because I think this is gonna be a Boots coming out party. I think he's gonna really show everybody that he's the man in that division. I think it's going to be a very convincing win. I think he stops him 8th round, 9th round, but I think on the way there he just beats him up.
That's what my boy Ty been saying, man.
Is there to get hit. I think he's going to
put that money on that stoppage.
Whoop up on him.
He said put that money on that stoppage, man. That's what my boy Ty been saying now.
I think so too. I agree 100% with Ty. I think he's going to break him down, bust him up, and get him out of there.
The best thing Stanionis can do is try to force his way and get Boots to somehow fight him in the pocket.
How are you going to get there with that reach?
Exactly.
Yeah, how are you going to get it? How are you going to get and how are you going to stay there once you get there?
Have you seen
Stanionis? Because Boots can move. Boots has good footwork when he wants to.
Absolutely. What'd you say, 2-4? I think I heard you say something hot.
Split decision.
Ooh, he came in there with the spicy take. Picante en la cocina. Our boy said Stanionis by split decision. Did you hear 2-4, Oscar? That's the question. Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
He said he got Stanionis by SD.
2-4, you got some money on that?
Wowzers. Wowzers. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that, man.
I might have to put the camp check on this one.
Dare to be great, man. You got to dare to be great, man.
Hey, look.
Scare money don't
How
make
much
none.
you trying to lose, Ty? Just let me know.
All right, I'm going to DM you.
Nah, I'm playing like a motherfucker. Moose can take that, man. Moose got to silence the critics. I know he's finna come put on the show.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think this is coming. I mean, this is going to be like his coming out party, man. He's going to show everybody. He's going to put all the other champs on notice, or the other champ on notice too.
Yep.
And that whole division is going to be like, oh shit.
Yep.
He's not playing around anymore.
You got what, Barrios and Brian Norman, right, as the other champs, and then so because this is for WBA, which is Stanionis, right, and then the IBF, which is Boots, and then the Ring magazine. So
yep.
So that's a good little.
Yeah, this fight came up on us quick, man.
Yes,
it seemed like it was far out a while, not too long ago.
I'm telling you,
it's already here.
I'm telling you, bro. Snuck right up on us.
Go with your sister.
That joke crazy, man.
Come on.
That joke is.
I will say
man.
though.
What's that?
I don't think Ray Ford is gonna have such a fun time.
Let me see who Ray Ford's fighting. I haven't really looked at the card yet, to be honest. I'm tripping.
He's fighting this kid that he ain't gonna have too much trouble out of as long as he remains disciplined and listen. That's where my problem comes from.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
you know me.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know him, and you know his habits. That I don't know what happened, but like in the middle of the rounds, he just drifts off and starts to look for the camera instead of. And Red Bull has so much potential, bro. It just if he stops looking for the perfect shot or perfect angle, he's something else. Ain't know how to cut off the ring.
Right. Right. Thomas Matisse. Yeah, I've seen this guy fight before.
Matisse, how old is he? Because I thought this, unless I'm thinking of a different Matisse.
He's 34. Thomas Matisse.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the Matisse I'm thinking of. I was about to say he's a little long in the tooth, ain't he?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
How old?
Yep. Yep.
How old, Doc?
Oh, how old? Sorry. 34. Sorry, 34.
34.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah." That's crazy. Shakur got WBC Mando versus Zepeda despite Turkey reducing purse offer. Shakur either accepted, go purse bid, or vacate WBC belt. His call. No, you got it. You mean Zepeda's either gonna accept it or vacate his interim belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zepeda.
I know how people can compete with that.
Yeah, Zepeda.
Nah, Doc. I think what he's saying is like if it's too low, like that Dav situation, and he don't want to fight, because you know how he complained about what Turkey offering him.
Yeah, but I think okay, that's a good point. Twofold. But right, he went to purse because he complained about what Turk offered him. That's the thing I was trying to tell people the other day is like I don't think it was that it's a low ball offer like they're trying to kick it like it's not enough money. It's the principle that he was expecting this number and he came back with $2 million lower. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, okay, bet if I lose money, that's cool. I'm gonna go to purse bid because I still get the championship split. So I don't think it's about the quantity of money as it being too low. It's just the fact that he disrespected him and promised him a number, and now he came back and reneged on that. You see that? That's how I received it, at least. Not that it was.
I don't even think Zepeda
but look, if it still go to purse bid, right, and you get the championship split, it's gonna be the championship split of what Turkey originally offered, or Turkey
might be less.
No, it's probably gonna be less. It's probably gonna be less. But the fact,
that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Turkey gonna probably bid lower.
But but I don't think Turkey would bid at all.
Yeah.
It'll be Golden Boy and
Matchroom.
Yeah. So
Golden Boy. Yeah. I don't think Oscar. I think Oscar will find another way to keep
to wiggle out of it. Exactly. Of course.
It's not gonna happen.
Right.
Oscar is scared to death of that fight.
Yes. So that's right. So that's the point I'm making right there with MAW. Like he's not. It's not that Shakur doesn't want the fight, bro. It's just that Shakur was like, no, bro, you told me this number, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it somewhere else. You know, even if it means that I'm getting lower money. It's like it's the principle, you know what I'm saying? So I think that I think it's going to be if anybody doesn't do the purse bid, it's going to be Zepeda, not Shakur's side. That's what I think, at least. Yeah, it'll be less for sure, but I don't blame him on that. My bad. Go ahead, Oscar.
Me personally, I think it's because Oscar was like, oh, he's ducking. When it's like, oh, hold up, bro, I'm gonna call your bluff then. If I'm
right,
ducking, I'm gonna call your bluff.
Exactly, right, exactly. First of all, I don't think he's gonna go to purse bid. I think they're gonna come up with something. Either Zepeda's just gonna vacate the interim belt and go the WBA route because he's suspiciously ranked number 1, you know, for the WBA, which is odd.
And that's already an out that Oscar would easily be able to talk him into.
Come on now. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then after that motherfucking Tevin Farmer fight, I'm pretty sure they're like, shit, if you're gonna get cooked, you might as well get paid for it.
Talk to him.
Tank.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yep. Might as well make it a good payday.
Is there any Tank fans here?
I can hear y'all, but I'll be right back.
You said what?
Any Tank fans or Tank haters? Either one surprised me.
I fuck with Tank.
I don't have a boxer that I hate. I got nothing but respect for Tank, man. Tank's been I think he's been poorly. I think he was poorly managed early. I think he should have got to these. I think we should have got to this discussion about him fighting all these dudes several years ago, because I think he was good enough to do it back then. But I got nothing but respect for Tank, man. Tank's a beast in the ring.
The reason I want to ask y'all is because, like, Tank fans or Tank hater, either one surprised me, is y'all want to see the Roach fight next, or y'all want to see the Loma fight next?
Roach. I want the Roach fight.
I'm looking at it like two ways. I would rather see like that Roach rematch to get that out the way. But then again, like people already gonna discredit him when he beat Loma. So I would rather it be now than later.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's
point.
true.
That's a good point. I'm with Tech though. I don't care about the discredit. I feel like the longer it takes for him not to have in the Roach fight, if he doesn't have the Roach fight, then I feel like it's in jeopardy of being forgotten, and I don't want that. I think Tank needs to go handle his business. Yeah,
it's the only blemish on your record, man.
Yeah, he has to handle that. In my opinion.
And that boy gave you everything you wanted and then some.
Yeah.
And I got news for you. That rematch, that's 50-50 to me. That's 50-50 to me. I know everybody says, oh, if they rematch, Tank's going to spark him and knock him out. I saw Roach handle Tank's power pretty well.
But I ain't gonna say. Yeah, I ain't gonna say. But no, the reason I was saying is because I think the hype for the Loma fight died down when before Roach fought Tank, everybody was like, "This is the worst fight in history." I don't know how they're making this. This is an insult to the sport. This is all this and that. After the Roach fight, there's nothing else rather than Roach for Tank, in my opinion. And whenever Loma announces that he has to make a decision, it was like nobody wants to see Loma fight Tank no more. It's like Roach or Roach.
Yeah.
He said there is principle.
I'd rather see the Roach.
I'd rather see Roach because I don't want it to go under the way. I mean, I'd rather unification. You know, I'd rather Tank and Loma or Tank and Shakur, Tank Keyshawn. But because of how it ended, like you said, I need him to clean that up. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm not a hater. I still think Tank is the most exciting fighter. What you talking about, Peel Out? He said, 130, 135, nothing. MAW said, there's principle, yes. But if you offer to buy a car at a price and then see it and decide it's worth less, that's your choice. No, come on. That's a bad example. It's not like you didn't know what Shakur was. And Shakur looked good in his last fight. I mean, he stopped him. What more do you want? A guy that not known for knockouts, he stopped Padley.
But you gotta look at it, right?
Yeah,
Turkey. When Shakur got on the fence, on the rope, the fans start booing him. So it's like, damn, if they don't like you out here, I'm like, why am I gonna give you this large sum amount to come back and fight just for them to boo you again?
Yeah, I don't know, because Turk ain't never really been about the money, man. Yeah, me either. But Turk ain't never really been about
crazy.
He never really been about losing money anyway. So I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
He probably doesn't see the value in the fight that most likely isn't going to happen, even with his money.
Right. And I think that has something to do with
You
that.
have been overpaying a lot of motherfuckers. I'm just
Info and Tech. Who else got booed on that Rio season card? It's because y'all saying like he's the only one that got booed, but who else got booed on that Rio season?
I don't know.
Hamza Shiraz. Why? Because he's British. There was a shit ton of British fans. What's Padley at? He's British, so he didn't got booed. Like, let's stop it. Stop saying he got booed and nobody like.
Stop doing it. Yeah, talk to him, Oscar. Talk to him, Oscar.
Y'all saying that Shakur hated his friend?
Talk to him, Oscar. Y'all crazy. Go ahead, Tufo. What you got to say about that, brother?
All I hear is he's boring. He's this. He's that.
Yeah, they do be saying that.
Oh God, it's so stupid.
Yeah. Talk to him, Tufo. What you got to say, bro?
Nah, I said it already.
I hear you.
They weren't fucking with him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is. To be honest, I just think that I just think off principle that's whack. Like even if it is
who he beat the whole time, it could have just been who he beat, Josh Padley.
But even if it is though, that's who Turk picked. You see what I'm saying? Like Turk picked Josh Padley. So I just don't see any angle. And even if it is he want to save money, then okay, that's cool. Save money with Hamza Shiraz. Don't save money with me. Go save money with somebody else. So all of a sudden you want to save money with me? Nah, bro. I'm going to purse bid, man. Yeah, go save money with somebody else, man. Nah, bro. Don't save money on my check. No. Hell no. I feel Shakur on that.
Did Turkey really say that shit though, or whoever made that tweet?
Yeah, we don't know.
They said they don't see no.
Yeah, Turk didn't come out and say anything, but according to Shakur, one of Turk's representatives, Turkey sent one of his representatives to tell him that the number has changed from what he initially anticipated, and it changed by an amount of $2 million, according to reports. Of course, what I'm saying, I didn't hear any from them directly, but this is what Shakur said. That he said that the money changed a lot, and then other reports, primarily from boxing scene, they said that they spoke to a representative that wouldn't disclose his identity, but it was $2 million worth of a change. That's a hell of a lot of change. Pun intended. So yeah, that's too. I don't know. So it's
That
like
man just did an interview, giving Turkey his credit, talking about
he did.
the most gifted
Yep,
paid.
yep.
This shit happened.
I seen that. I
That
said,
shit
"God
crazy.
dang, yep, you gotta hold your tongue sometimes." He said, "Yo, Chloe, what's good, man? Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Appreciate it." Said, this man said, "Doc, he said, Doc, you okay? I know you was a little traumatized when who says had you hemmed up by your collar about Bud. Hate to see it. That's cap." He said, "I thought Shakur fought more power opponents. Not saying it takes opponents with talented or more proven opponents. You think Shakur fought more proven opponents than Tank?" I disagree with that, but I'm not mad at that. I mean, Shakur will quit when it gets hard because he ain't been tested yet. Puma says that. I don't know if Shakur will quit, man. I can't.
Hey,
I feel
you
like
gotta
that's
be able to hit
projection,
him
man.
to test him.
Yeah, I think that's projection.
You gotta be able
man.
to clip him to test him.
We don't
Find
know how
somebody that can hit him.
we don't know how he'll respond once he's in the fire, man. You know, so I don't want to assume that he'll respond negatively.
Find
But
somebody that can do
we'll
better
see.
than 13% accuracy.
Yeah. So we gotta see, man.
He's like a
Yeah, I
ghost in there, man.
Yeah, he said towel boy. That's why I just said Turk representative. You know what I'm saying? He put it disrespectfully. He said towel boy, but I mean, hey, he felt disrespected, so he called him a towel boy. I don't blame him. But yeah, it was a Turkey representative. Yeah, he said towel boy specifically. Yeah.
That he sent the guy with the Gatorade to talk to me.
You feel me? Yeah, exactly,
What the
exactly,
hell?
exactly.
What
I feel like that's even that I do agree from his account. You know, I don't know the full story. I only know his perspective. There's always two sides to the story, but from his perspective, I can see why he feels disrespected. So I vehemently disagree. You think he should just take it? I don't think. I never heard of anybody up until now taking a pay cut from Big Turk. So why would you start with me? And I'm a champion. No, I'm not taking that shit.
And $2 million? You're gonna tell me you would leave $2 million paycheck on the table?
Come on,
hell
now.
no.
So you went from 5 to 3.
I don't care if you promised me $100 million and then you dropped it down to 98.
You feel
Where's
me?
my $2 million?
Right.
Where's my $2 million?
Without my consent too? Like you didn't even negotiate. You ain't even approach me. You sent somebody. Nah, bro. That's disrespectful. I feel him.
And with that, like even at least say to my face if it's $2 million.
Yeah, say to my face at least. Yeah, approach me. Talk to me directly. That's disrespectful, bro. Not saying that Big Turk is that's the thing we could critique without. I'm not demonizing Big Turk altogether, but yeah, that's flaw. I think.
No, it's Turk's fault. It's Turk's fault. No.
Yo, George the Last Patriot, what's good, man? He said I think Tank's opponent started racking up notable wins only after the Tank fight. Well, that's a testament to them being good, right? Like I mean, that's why we think that's why we have a saying that certain wins grow. You know, they look better as time goes. You know, some look worse. So if your opponents are racking up wins after you beat them, isn't that good? That's what you want, right? Because it shows that you beat somebody good.
Yeah, that means you're not fighting them at the end of their career.
Exactly.
Like
right.
An example.
So how can you knock
yeah,
somebody
Mayweather-
for having? How can you knock somebody for having wins?
Mayweather won with the lottery with Canelo.
Yeah, facts. I mean, Canelo's one of his best wins, and because it grew into that, you know, so that's good.
Perfect example of that is everybody saying that the Pit Bull fight with Tank nothing after it happened, and what the hell, Tank's falling off.
Come on now.
Tank's slipping, Tank's this, Tank's that.
And Pitbull
Tank
snatched
ain't
the
all
title
that.
at 140.
And then Pitbull Cruz went on to whoop some bigger names and get a world title, and I mean, yeah, it made that look a lot better. Plus, he beat that man with one hand. Sorry.
Right, exactly. Oh, okay,
To me,
B-Dog,
that's
I got you. No, go ahead, Tech.
That might be his most impressive win to me because of how it shook out.
But it was a late notice too. So. I'm not taking anything away from it.
I mean, it's facts. Yeah,
I'm not gonna give him full credit.
Nah, ain't no wrong with saying facts. It was late notice.
Unless Joseph Parker can get full credit for Batoli, then I'm clear.
Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. I still think Jamel Harry, Oscar, Edwin De La Santos already had big wins before fighting Shakur. I still
Edwin,
think
Rayo Valenzuela.
Yeah, Oscar Valdez was the champion. Yeah, I mean, but Tank, go look at the numbers. If you're comparing, you're comparing Tank and Shakur? They both fought champions. Yeah, Jamel, everybody you named right there is a champion. Oh no, except for Edwin De La Santos. But I think Tank fought more champions than Shakur.
Yeah,
you could count them up. So
yeah.
But I mean, they still. I mean, just because you're a champion everybody doesn't think you're necessarily good either. So, but if you're counting champions, Tank fought more champions.
Tank fought more. Tank Tank had a lot of people that became world champions after they got whooped by Tank.
That part too. Yeah, Turkey came along throwing around big money, giving us some great fights we otherwise wouldn't. Yep, I agree. He built a brand in my honest, but yep. And now he's likely winding down and separating and switching focus. Yeah, that night, bro, MAW, I'm not saying that Turkey's unjustified for changing the money. I'm saying don't do it with me. I'm saying that we have to understand that whether you like Shakur or not, that's like me and you. If you're selling me a car and you say, oh, bro, I'm gonna give you $5,000 for it. I tell you I'm gonna give you $5,000 for the car. And you be like, okay, bet. I go to pull up to get it. I have $3,000 in my pocket. You gonna give me the car? Or you gonna send me home with my $3,000? You gonna send me home with my $3,000? That's the same thing, bro.
Cash at hand.
Cash at hand.
He said,
"Yeah, bro, that's the thing."
Might switch up, bro.
Right? Yeah, it might switch up, but that's the point. Like, we could say it's easy to say, "Oh yeah, well, man, he doesn't deserve this or whatever." That's not the point, bro. The point is that they agreed to an amount according to Shakur, and now that amount is different. That's just anybody can relate to that.
I'll give it to you for 3, but I'm taking the stereo.
Let me get the rims out that thing.
Get
the rims off that thing, man. And hubcaps too. You're not even getting no hubcaps. Give me them too.
I'm taking the hood ornament.
Facts. Everything. Right. Exactly. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we just gotta be.
I'll take the seatbelts out. This
everything, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Power steering fluid. I'm draining that too.
Damn. These tires got an awful lot of tread on them. Hang on.
You feel me? You're right. Yeah, man. Give you the ball boys, man. We go get the ball boys and put 4 ballies on your tires, man. But that's the thing. I don't think Tank's went to fight anyone that already has big wins. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're getting. You can't be a champion without having big wins. That's the whole point. That's why you named.
No, that's justifiable because he did try to fight Loma, and Loma don't got big wins. So
that's crazy.
Am I lying?
Nah, but Loma got big wins, man. Come on, Oscar. Come on, man. Loma got big wins now, man. I know we debate about Loma's a Hall of Fame potential if he deserves it all, but come on. Guillermo Rigondeaux's a big win. He outsized him. That's still a big win, man. That's a great win.
Man, that look like Ramos
and Joey Spencer.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, come on, man. Guillermo Rigondeaux. What about Nicholas Axel Walters at the time? I think when Loma beat him, he just came off his Donaire win. Come on, man. Or some around that time.
I'll give him that one.
Come on, man. Yeah, he got some good wins now.
But not great wins. He got a good win.
I don't know.
He got B+ wins.
Come on, man.
No, A wins. A wins. Not A+.
Come on, man. Who has take fought off of a poor performance? Peel out. Come on, yeah, B-Dog. Yeah, I know what Peel out talking about, man.
Come on, y'all. He got that win over $1 Million Crawler.
Come on now. Come on now.
He did beat Russell.
Yeah, Gary Russell. Come on now. Yeah, according to Chris Algieri. That was crazy. Shout out to Chris Algieri. I like Chris Algieri, but he was wilding on that episode. That was a long time ago, though. I couldn't tell you last time I watched Pro Box.
He said like whenever you try to make your point.
Yeah, he was just trying to make a point, yep.
Yeah, he was like, hey, he's the Hall of Famer. What?
What'd you say, 2 sorry? What'd you say?
I said I'm trying to get in the gloves with Chris.
Oh. What he
Come in.
doing?
What's the other dude name?
Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, Paulie done that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see what's to them.
I like Chris Algieri, though.
I just don't know how whenever you're like an ex-fighter, you have the balls to say something that you went through but criticize someone.
Right.
The same way you were complaining about it.
Right.
It's like,
right.
How, bro? How you do that?
Right.
People.
Loma came off of stopping Kambosos. Yep, the only person to stop Kambosos when Tank tried to make that fight. That's true, B-Dog. That's true.
Yeah, the same Kambosos that we were calling Clown Bosos.
That's true. That's true. No, I think he was talking to Peel out though. I think it's not. I think yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're good. But he because
you about to hit me back.
Because he said Loma wasn't good. Did he say that Tank was trying to fight Loma coming off off of a great win? Well, a good win.
That was a good.
Yeah, a good win. Yeah. I don't know about great, but good.
That was like Baranchik, Keyshawn kind of win.
That was a what?
Keyshawn, Baranchik, and Kambosos. That's the same size.
Okay.
Like they're good wins. Don't get me wrong. They're not spectacular, but they're good.
All right.
Hey, Ty, I need my rematch Friday. Matter of fact.
What y'all rematching on? What y'all talking about?
What y'all betting? Let's hear
that square up.
Hey, let's get it. I'm down. I thought you was talking about Undisputed, man.
Oh no. He don't want no smoke on that.
I just got it,
Bro,
bro.
you ain't trying to get Chef Curry.
Yeah, we can do Undisputed. We can do a square up, man. That's right, Doc. But it is what it is. Turkey do what he doing, and like I said earlier, Shakur got Mando do regardless. So he has 3 choices: to reduce, offer, purse bid, or vacate. He's not, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Shakur is not looking to vacate, man. You gotta stop following the narratives, man. You gotta really watch it, bro. He went to purse bid because he felt disrespected, not because he doesn't want to fight Zepeda, bro. Do not listen to Oscar De La Hoya, bro. You gotta pay attention to what's going on. Right. Oscar called him a duck, and now he's going to purse bid, and yeah, calling his bluff. When you go to purse bid, then you know it's about to happen. You know, he's not pulling out of this fight. He has never pulled out of the Zepeda fight, nor did he pull out of the Kid Austin fight. In fact, he hasn't pulled out of any fight involving a Golden Boy fighter. It's been the Golden Boy fighters, whether it's Kid Austin or Zepeda. So it's not that he doesn't want to fight him, man. It has nothing to do with that. The fact is that they agreed to it. Yeah, anti-uncle. The fact that they agreed to a number, and he's disgruntled about the number changing, bro. That's it. And he's saying to double down on the fact that he's not avoiding the fight. He's saying, let's go to purse. He's the one that advocated for it to go to purse bid, not Oscar. Oscar doesn't want it to go to purse bid. He wants Big Turk to what's it called? He wants him to sponsor this event like he's been sponsoring all the other ones.
Yeah, and don't you find it suspicious? Someone's been awfully quiet about it.
Eddie Hearn? I ain't heard nothing from Eddie Hearn.
And not the fighter.
Right. So please don't get confused. It's going to purse because Shakur didn't take the money from what's the name. It's not going to purse bid because he thinks it's gonna be more. He's just like, okay, bet. If I'm not going to get what I'm promised, you're not going to get what you're promised. We're going to go to purse bid, and either way, I'm still going to get more money because I'm the champion, and it usually goes 70-30 for, what's it, WBC, right? Yeah, so you usually go 70-30 in this type of title fights. It's not like, oh, I'm going to get more money by going to purse. That's not it.
To me, you know what it seems like? And this is like the last thing I'm going to say, the last time it was like, Oscar said it was a money issue. So he was like, all right, bet, we'll make this fight happen for less money.
Right.
But you're going to get a significantly less amount of money than me.
Right. That's the point. Exactly. That's the point right there. It's not like, oh, I don't want to fight him. No, he wants to. But now I will say this. Now something else happens that I can't help Shakur, you know, but yeah, I don't think it's that. He said, you know what, he got undisputed now. Yeah, it's been ducking for. Yeah, clone my cousin, he just gave it to me.
Oh damn.
Down.
He's
Yeah.
ducking you, bro.
I haven't played it yet. No, I haven't even played it yet. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, Dub, what's good, Dub? Long time no see, man. Big member in the building. Someone at my door. All right, bet, Tech. Dub in the building. Yes, sir. It's raining ducks, emails, and belts of Phoenix. You have no fear they will duck. Morale next. Make sure everyone stands up for him, too. Hey, I've been showing Benavidez love, man. Come on now. You haven't been here, bro. I've been defending Benavidez, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Dub, I got something for you. Ban the violence. Champ at WBC.org.
I'm asleep. Yo, Body Bags was good, brother. He said, "What's the topic right now?" We just freestyling. I don't even know what we're talking about right now. To be honest, I mean, at Shakur and Zepeda. I'm not saying Shakur pull it out or do it anything. You get it wrong, president. I'll pick it aside here. I'm saying there's the options. What Shakur does is what he does. No, but I'm saying that shouldn't even be. All right, bro. My point is that what you're saying, even if those are his options. Those are not his. If anybody's not gonna fight, it's gonna be Zepeda, bro. So it's better to say that Zepeda is the person that's gonna vacate his interim belt and gonna go the WBA route where he's ranked #1. That's what I'm saying. So even when you put it like that, it's not about taking sides. It's just about it being your delivery. The presentation of it is inaccurate. To me, when you're saying that those are Shakur's option to take a reduced offer, purse bid, or vacate, it's like he's put in a corner. He's not the one in the corner. It's the Zepeda that's in the corner. It's just that he has some options to get out that corner. You know what I'm saying? His options are to go the WBA route or give up the interim belt so he's no longer the mandatory. But it's nothing that Shakur's position is solid. His is not the one that is in jeopardy. It's Zepeda's in jeopardy. That's what I'm explaining to you. So even when you phrase it like that, you frame it like that, it's like, okay, bet, yeah, Shakur's the one that's in the corner. No, it's Zepeda. But Oscar's going to kick it like that, and watch when Oscar doesn't make the fight happen, he's going to be some excuse, and he's making it seem like it's the money thing. So
yeah, his grandpa had a baby.
Right. Which is why Shakur is doubling down and saying, okay, bet, let's go to purse bid. So if this doesn't go through, it's not going to be on Shakur's side, according to what he's saying. If it ends up being like that and I'm wrong, then is what it is. Barrio's undefeated higher weight class. And we'll clear anyone on Shakur's neck. get him, B-Dog. But yeah, man, I'm about to go ahead and slide, man. I got to go take my dog outside and, yes, sir, man,
right.
and do some things, man. And,
Dog, I'll leave you with a question before you go.
yes, sir.
Kid Austin or Zepeda, who wins and why?
I think Zepeda wins. I think he overwhelms him. I think Kid Austin, and to me, he seems like he's, yeah, I think he could win. Yeah, I think he stops him. I think he could win.
Yeah.
Whether it's a referee stoppage or a corner stoppage, I think that like I said, I got to see Kid. I think Kid Austin could beat him, but I think I didn't like Kid Austin's last fight against Garone, man. I feel like Garone could do that to you. It's different fighters too, you know, different styles, but I think Zepeda is just going to throw a lot more punches. But then again, you know, Zepeda got touched up and, you know, he got dropped by Tevin Farmer. I would say Kid Austin probably has more power, but I don't think he's as accurate as Tevin Farmer too. So
yeah,
can he deliver that power effectively? I don't know.
You got any rebuttals to that?
Yeah. I don't care.
I feel you.
They both trash.
Yeah, both of them.
They're gonna serve Kid up to get his ass up off the books.
That's what I think so too.
Repeated by stop.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Ain't your uncle gonna say Oscar rolling with something?
My shit was on mute this whole time. I was just talking. I ain't even peeped that.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, what you got to say about it, Tufo?
I said that fight ugly as shit. They ain't gonna be bumping heads.
Yeah, true.
Like a motherfucker.
True.
But I think Zepeda probably stopped his ass with that pace. Like, what's up, mama?
Yep.
Since you just said that, I changed my mind. I got Kid Austin by headbutt stoppage.
That's
that boy got a dome piece.
That's crazy. He said Roach wasn't highly regarded when Harry beat him. True, yeah, he definitely got the dome piece. Yes, close. I don't know, P. You sounded like Zepeda now. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up though. He said, "What? Shakur's a champion." Yes, Shakur's a champion, bro. The challengers have to go. The challengers have to go through him. He says Zepeda's apparently now wanting to fight as W. No, he's not apparently wanting, because if he wanted to fight, remember he was the undisputed mandatory MAW. So if he wanted to fight when he called out Shakur, he would have had it. So that's the point that I'm making. So Zepeda has been pump faking with the fight, right? When he called him out after Max Hughes, and he called him out after Giovanni Cabrera, and then he will act like he wanted to before the Tevin Farmer fight. Then he called him out after the Tevin Farmer fight. Then he had the Tevin Farmer rematch. All the while Shakur has been a champion, right? So it's not like he just became a mandatory and he's forcing Shakur to fight him. Shakur obliged him when he called him out. Shakur wanted to fight him. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You have it backwards. If you're telling me that apparently now he wants to fight him, he's been faking like he wanted to fight him. That's the point that I'm making. And Zepeda has not fought him, and Shakur has still been the champion, right? So Shakur is not in jeopardy of losing anything, because if this fight doesn't happen, once again, I'm telling you that it will be Zepeda. So you're coming at it like, oh, Zepeda, yeah, facts. That Zepeda wants to fight Shakur and he's a mandatory, so he has to fight him. No, he hasn't been one. Shakur been wanting to fight Zepeda. Shakur didn't want to fight. Who did he just fight? Kid Austin. I'm sorry, Josh Padley. He didn't even want to fight Kid Austin. He wanted to fight Zepeda. Even when he was about to fight Joe Cordina, he didn't want to fight Joe Cordina. He wanted to fight Zepeda. It's been Zepeda not wanting to fight him. So no, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying? This is not an opinion. This is just the fact.
Fact, yeah.
Yeah, it's not an opinion. It's just a fact. Now if something else happens and then the money's all straight or whatever, and then Shakur doesn't fight him for whatever reason, then we could be like, okay, bet. Then Zepeda's in a position to get elevated and Shakur is going to vacate. But there's been no signs at all that Shakur was not willing to fight Zepeda ever. Except for, now that Oscar De La Hoya is trying to manipulate and make it seem that way. Yo, shout out to my boy Chloe. So all of a sudden you got to walk your dogs. I bet you Undisputed P gets busy. Chat. This is Duck of the Century. That's crazy.
What up, man? Call him out.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Shout out to my guy Chloe, man, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Not the duck side. Yes, sir.
My man mentioned Undisputed. Now you out after running with AJ?
About their Legos. With AJ, bro. You know what I'm saying? No security, man. No security, man. You know, shout out
You
to
seen
AJ,
him out
man.
there though?
Yeah, I seen him. Yeah, shout out to AJ, man. Doing it for the yard, man. For the motherland, man. Way out there in Nigeria with it. Shout out to AJ, man. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Austin.
The streets are saying he's looking for Bacoli.
Looking for Bacoli. Hey, you're in the wrong country. You better take it behind the Congo. And the way Congo looking, he may not want that pressure. Congo out there. Congo rough, man. So I've been hearing rough right now in the Congo. So you might not want to go that way. You better stay behind Nigeria. But I think that Anthony Joshua, I was gonna say, he's one of the fighters that since I started doing the channel, I've been liking more. I will say, shout out to Ty and some others for that.
You like when he throw the temper tantrum to
Nah, hell
AJ?
no. Against Usyk, nah,
Usyk?
yeah, that was a bad look. I ain't gonna lie, that was terrible.
Like, how you beat me? I'm better than you.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Apparently not so, bro.
Yeah, that
Apparently
was
not.
terrible. Yeah, that was terrible. I did not. That was definitely a bad look.
Was that the first one or the second one?
That was oh, that's a good question. Was that was the first one. That was the first one. The tantrum was the first, right, Ty? That was the first one, right? Yeah, I'm almost certain the tantrum was the first one.
It was the first one.
Yeah. Because they fought again, and it was more respectable. Polite. Yeah, more polite. There you go.
I will say though, he looked like John Cena turning heel. I ain't gonna lie. How you beat me? I'm more skillful than you.
He said he's serious, baby, because of open knowledge. But see, I mean, and I mean, like, we just having a discussion, right? Ain't no attacks here, man. Shout out, you my guy, right? But with the hand problems, even then, it's still no, because remember, Shakur was willing to fight Zepeda in November, coming off of the hand surgery. Yeah. So Zepeda knew about the hand injury too. So that's also not true. You know what I'm saying?
That's when he was fighting for Drasa.
Right. That's what exactly.
It was before and after.
Yeah.
Zepeda bust.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, because remember he was about to fight Cordina, and then got his hand injury, and then he was still willing to fight Zepeda fresh off the hand injury in November, but Zepeda fought Farmer. Remember? So yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it. I think we were here by then.
Yeah, we talked about that. Mm-hmm.
We don't know if Shakur wants to say the same with Zepeda.
Right.
But then Zepeda was like, I can't fight.
Exactly. I was like, yeah, we all said that. We said, I don't think you want to test your hand against this guy. But yeah, man, I'm about to go ahead and slide though, man. Appreciate y'all joining, man. Shout out to my boy Tufo. Shout out to Oscar. Shout out to Bodega Ty. Shout out to Tech Dumb Dad and Big Dog Willie and somebody else. Cito. I think I got everybody, right? This man said I was ducking, bro. I'm looking at Undisputed. I'm gonna show you. Hold on real quick before I slide. Guys, they said I'm ducking, chat. I'll be right back, man. Y'all ain't shit, man. I gotta be ducking, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. What'd you say, bitch? That's crazy, man. Smash the like, but yes, sir, MAW. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man. Like I said, we just having a good conversation. Ain't no attachment. We just talking, man. But yeah, man, Oscar, I'm about to go ahead and slide, man. Look, there go the Canelo right there, man. I got old Cinnamon on the track. You feel me? Yes, sir. My cousin copped it for me. Well, he brought it down for me because I guess he got it and he wasn't really feeling it or something. Or not playing it anymore or something like that. But I told him, I said, man, don't give me no games, man. I got to get off the games, bro. I haven't been on the game for a minute. So, once I get on it, I get locked in. So, but we'll see. We'll see, man. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody rocking, man. Shout out to y'all. We got to do the recap. Got to go over the love that was shown on the super chat. You feel me? Shout out to the good conversation today. I always appreciate that. You feel me? We got some fights to talk about tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie, chat. I might have some. We'll see how it goes, man. What y'all think? I was thinking about maybe doing just one show a day. Y'all still like the 2 shows? Sometimes I feel like we're going live too much. What y'all think, man? I'm gonna think about it, man. I've been thinking about reducing it to just one show, maybe just a morning show, or maybe just a evening show. The morning show or the late show, or should we stick with the 2? Because I don't mind doing it, but I just been thinking you don't want to do oversaturation either. I don't know. Yeah, just box of conference. I just want to make sure MAW, because sometimes we talk and people think that you know, I'm trying to, I don't know, you know, sometimes people get sensitive. I just want to make sure, you know, I don't want to take that for granted because you're the homie. So that's all. Just wanted to make sure. He said, I think you're overvaluing those wins. Herring been stopped and UD before Shakur. Valdez got a lucky lunch over Burkhout. Burkhout, how you pronounce it. It really got a gift prior to Shakur. Talk to him. Talk to him. Now I'm playing. Shout out to Shakur. Air shout out to Tank. You know what I'm saying? Where them GTD chains at? You feel me? Where your GTD chain at, B-Dog? Tighten up, man. You ain't got your GTD chain out, brother. Big Dog Hair Grease Willie with the $5 of the super chat. Thank you. MAW with the $10 of the super chat. Thank you. Australian bucks. You feel me? $2 from Cito. $5 from Clone. And another $5 from Clone, man. Appreciate that love of the super chat, man. Goes a long way to keep us going and growing. And don't forget to become a member, man. You know what I'm talking about? Costs $3 a month to become a member. You won't regret it. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? You get all these fly perks, including these dope emotes, man. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me, man? But yeah, and it helps us to keep going and growing. Shout out to all the members. You know what I'm talking about? In particular, I gotta shout them out exclusively because they do a little more. So I appreciate that. And yeah, don't forget to smack that like button at the very least. That is free. You feel me? But most importantly, remember, with God, we could do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Shout out to David Benavidez, man. New light heavyweight champion. You feel me?
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.